Ben is just going to get some coffee, but he should be in soon. So I'll ask everybody, can y'all hear us? I'll say us for now. He'll show up. And then can y'all, how come it just disappeared? Whoops. How does it do that? Can y'all hear us? Alright, can y'all hear us, guys? I'll post on the Rumble. I'll set up some stuff while he is getting coffee, and he should be good to go. Okay, I'm gonna go in Odyssey. Which one should I open up? Open up this one. I think X can have an open up chat thingy. Alright, see if it even opens up. How does it open up? There it is. Pop up chat. Alrighty. So we are live. Let me know how the audio is, guys. Yeah, so Ben is just getting some coffee. He'll get on there and do some crazy stuff. Alright, so I have this. I'm just gonna go over to his. I think it's also live on his YouTube as well on Beneficence TV. I'm gonna see how it pronounces it actually. What does it say?
Beneficence.
Beneficence. Okay, Beneficence. All right. The gaming dynasty. Open up my heart. All right. It's like as a sarcasm diagnosis. Let's be sarcastic. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So see if it's live because I shared a thingy with him there. It might be. Oh, it is live now. Okay, so he's live on his as well. All right. Let's see. Because we are live on his. I'm gonna open up his chat as well, just so we can let him know if anybody comments on his chat. Alrighty. So we are live. All right, epic stuff. I'll let him know if anybody comments on his channel there. And yeah, so he's getting coffee, and yeah, so I'll just pretty much have everything under wraps right now. All right, and I'll let you guys know while he's here, just do some housekeeping. So yeah, we're gonna cover this stuff. I'll do the housekeeping now before he shows up. So housekeeping. Oh no, other thing. Future guest. So April 11th. So in 2 weeks from now, 9/11 planes research joins the show to discuss the 9/11 quote planes technology and full database on passengers, hijackers, flights, anomalies, etc. So that'll be pretty epic. And May 16th. Yes, May 16th is gonna be booked. Yeah, so Chris Shack joins the show to discuss pre and post 9/11 predictive programming. And what I'll also right now is the doctor might show up again. So I'll put here's April 25th. The doctor may join the show to discuss 9/11. And I'll let you guys figure out who the doctor is. The doctor, I'll just put a, yeah, basically, Dr. Judy Wood might show up again. Discuss 9/11 and 9/11 spooks, maybe? That's a question mark. Possibly, anyways. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty epic. So if you guys have seen a trailer already, he'll go over this Vortex Coil Radiant Energy picker-upper thingy. So it'll be pretty epic stuff there. And also, if you haven't read already, guys, I wrote an absolutely epic article, David Hughes, Gills Jim's Fetzer 2.0, and I put it on Hive blockchain as well as on Substack, so you can see it on Substack as well. So check this out, y'all. So yes, absolutely epic stuff there. I'll put both links until he shows up. Okay, my internet cut out 1 second. Okay, Ben Factor says the internet cut out 1 second on this chat. All right, so we have he's commenting on his, and okay, internet cut off. Okay, so now he's off. So now we're wondering where in the world is Ben Factor. All right, yeah, I'll post this thingy here. Alrighty, let's put this everywhere. Okay, there's the Hive version of it, and also if you want to subscribe on Substack, it's pretty epic. Okay, Ben Factor says, my bad, I accidentally hit the plug here. Give me a minute to restart. All right, so you accidentally hit the plug. All right, so it's all right. We no worries. No worries, Ben. All right, I'll just so I'm commenting on his live chat thingy. Because it's all live on his as well. And why is there a translating button there? What in the world's going on here? Okay, it says is modem. Okay, so modem is up in arms. All right, no worries. And yeah, and also I wanna let everybody else know. I think Rumble Fruits. I think this guy here is on there. no, where's the what is truth podcast? This guy here. Apparently he has it's live now and Norman's on it. So Norman's on there, right?
And everything, and I started to call.
Yeah, so hi Norman. Epic work, as always. All right, so anyways, also there, guys, Norman is doing a live right now with this guy. What is the truth podcast? I listened to like 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes. It seems like the guy's open to actually real info, so it's pretty interesting. All right, yeah, I'm on my phone. Okay. Okay, no problem. I'm just holding the fort. All right, so anyways, I'll send this also here. Y'all wanna? Oh, I hate these thingies there. Just the tracking stuff. Alrighty. So we're just waiting for the champ. Come here. Yeah, 110 stories to ground level. Yeah, that's absolutely epic. I'll post this here on Rumble. Where was the thingy here? I put it like this. Truth. Okay, I'll put it here. It's live now. All right, I'll put that there. I'm also live as well. Okay, so, all right, so Ben guest. All right, you're back on. Hello. Okay, Ben, I can't see you or hear you. Can you hear me? So Ben is dark. Okay.
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay, that's epic stuff. Yeah. So I don't know why when it's like when you just say something, I just want to see if there's a delay. Just test.
Is there any kind of delay?
Oh no, it's fine. Now it's fine. Only the first second was. Now it's all good. And you can see my screen. I'm sharing screen, and so on. And yeah, so I have a you're live now, and I also have I see your chat. It's on the other side of the thingy. So like your chat in your window. Okay, so David comments, hello, Joe invited me here. So who is Joe? This is on my chat there.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know Joe either. Tell Joe we said hi.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, for sure. I'll show you this. This is the chat because you can see. I'll put both chats on, yours and mine, so you can see this guy here. I'm not sure if you know him. You might know him, David Q6.
Don't recognize the name, but it's possible that he's seen my content. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all right. And there's this is your chat. Is you saying that you cut the internet out. So what happened? Did your internet just shut off somehow?
Yeah. So I live in a small one-bedroom apartment, and it's kind of crammed here with my lab. And I accidentally hit the plug where the modem's plugged in.
Oh wow.
The wall socket. So I was like, why is it like frozen? I heard you freeze. And I was like, I looked at the modem. I was like, there's no light on the modem. And I looked at the plug. I was like, I was halfway in. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Oh yeah, that's too bad. But anyways, so you're back now. So yeah, how have you been? And I'll go over this stuff soon. But yeah, just yeah, how have you been and how are things? And I think and you had I noticed that 2 weeks ago you had a live stream. Apparently you had some sort of free energy Momo Jumbo's a guest you had on, Fred, which was around. Yeah, but anyways, so how are you and how are things? And yeah, and let me know if you're ready to go.
Yeah, so I've been how I've been. So basically a continuum.
Yeah, sounds good.
And how? Yeah, I'm all right. We've been doing minimal research, but that's mostly because I've been kind of taking a breather while we condition these batteries, but we've made some progress, and I have a couple of updates I'd like to go over, as well as talking about the wireless radiant energy and going over some of the synthetic AC model and how this all fits in.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. And also we found out who the Joe is. Okay. So Methyl Miner is commenting. So Methyl Miner is a long time. He's been on the stream a couple times. So he's actually, so his real name is Joe. He told David to show up on the stream. Okay. Epic stuff. Hi David. Hi Joe. Methyl Miner. So he's the, we call him Dr. Methyl because he does experiments, or he does actual chemistry with like a lot of psychedelics, and so on. So he's a doctor of meth. So a doctor of meth, all right, and other stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty epic. He sent me a bunch of vitamin C before, and like I did overdosing on vitamin C. Well, you can't really overdose. I just mega dosing on vitamin C. Like took like a couple thousand milligrams at a time. So that's pretty epic. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
The doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor is in.
Yeah. He's a doctor. Yeah. Reminds me of this. I'll show you this thingy. Go back here. This was like a meth lab bust. Oh no, math lab. In the news one time, there was a meth lab busted, but they put a typo. They said math lab busted. So 5 arrested in math lab.
Damn. Those poor mathematicians.
Yeah, they're doing illegal equations or something. All right, yeah. So epic stuff. I'm just gonna go over to introduction on, and then show the trailer and so on, and yeah, let's go from there and see what happens. All right, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. So and also the audience, let me know if you guys have there's any audio issues in the on their side. Also your side, let me know if there's any audio video issues, and I'll fix them up. But yeah, everything seems to be good. So MES Livestream 129, Beneficence TV discusses wireless radiant energy. So Ben Factor from Beneficence TV joins the show again to discuss the latest in his ongoing research on energy recycling and wireless radiant energy. And here is this trailer. Well, I made this thumbnail from your trailer, and this radiant energy. I actually asked Brock just to make this text on the bottom there. I said match up with his previous text, and it made this thing. Radiant energy. It's pretty with the red and white. But anyways, I'm gonna play this right here, and we'll go from here. And you can intervene. So this is you sent me this email. So wireless radiant energy with only 9 volts. We'll play this here, and then you can explain as we go. So there is. I'll make this bigger. All right, there it is. Yeah, so you have this Vortex coil, and let me know if you could hear. And let me know if you could hear the audio of the video, and also people in the audience. Let me know if there's any echo or anything, because that should be fixed. But yeah, so you got this pretty epic setup there, and I do need one of these coils. And yeah. So do you want to explain just a bit on this? Break it down for us, peasants. Right.
So if my memory serves correctly, we're using the the modified Joule Thief circuit for this method, but you can also use the stereo amp. Okay. Basically,
there's the. I just wanted to chime in. There's the. I think that's a circuit on the board. The Nunes method, open circuit. Source tone. I just want. I'm assuming you're reading that one.
Yes, that's the stereo amp method, and I believe for this one though, we are also using the Joule Thief, which is possible as well. But it all starts by forcing the energy in both directions at the same time, where this creates 2 counter-rotating electromagnetic fields. Some say this creates a standing wave within the system. But what we've experienced in the lab is it appears to create a strong wireless transfer of energy from coil to coil, especially with the same geometry. So the ABHA Vortex style that you see here matching, but it's not limited to that. You can use any kind of pickup, but it's most efficient with this geometry here as a pickup. And what's most interesting, though, is utilizing this method, it doesn't appear to affect the source battery, which is very unusual for a system to begin with. But the dipole is not touched by picking up this extra energy, which leads me to believe it could be classified as a type of radiant energy. This phenomenon could qualify as radiant energy because it behaves in an open system rather than a closed system. So unlike a standard transformer that drains the source battery to push electrons through the load, this method it uses high-speed, high-frequency impulses to trigger a sort of longitudinal shock wave in the vacuum, what we call the luminiferous aether. So if this is what's happening, then this wave would create a local pressure differential or potential that a receiver can tap into without the load pushing back on the source battery, right? So because it's creating its own dipole, you're drawing from the surrounding medium rather than the battery's chemical potential. And at that point, you can theoretically increase the load without draining the source battery, because the source merely acts as the spark that sets the so-called field cavitation process in motion. And we'll talk more about field cavitation when I get into the synthetic AC model and how it fits in. But it doesn't mess with the potential of the source battery, which is really interesting. You can stack these, and I have videos of them. You can go into them and watch them if you want to, show your audience where we're using a dual thief configuration, what I call the dual thief, which is using two dual thieves, two separate coils. Only one primary is hooked up to the battery source, and the other one is not hooked up to any battery. It's just picking up extra energy, and it's picking up enough energy to power another dual thief circuit. And then you can feed that back into the load, and get this, it increases the brightness. It almost doubles it without touching the source battery drain. So it's almost the same amount of drainage on the battery. So you get about as much energy for that. You've just increased the brightness. So essentially you've increased the efficiency of the system even further.
No, that's amazing stuff. I'm definitely gonna try and wrap my head around, but also like test these out for versus because you're saying you're getting energy without affecting the source battery. Before we get to that one,
it appears so. Because I'm monitoring the drainage, and generally on the modified Joule Thief, I've gotten it to a tight 14 to 17 millivolts per hour drain on the battery, and this goes pretty much all the way down to about 11 volts to 10.5 volts on the battery, and then it gets a little bit faster, but it's generally around that rate. And what we've experienced is a phenomenal increase in efficiency using this stacked method, picking up that extra. It's just, in my opinion, it's just wasted energy that's not being used in the system.
Yeah, for sure. I have some questions to ask, but also before we get to that, these numbers, if you can walk us through, like these numbers that you're picking up on. So this is So if you can explain this number right here, like these, what are these numbers? I think it says 8.8 or
so this is this is the power supply unit that I used in my earlier testing. We're putting at about 9 volts, 8.8 volts, and it appears to be 110 milliamps into the system. So it doesn't require a lot of current to start this, to trigger the transistor and the Joule Thief, just a little tiny bit. And as you can see, just that tiny bit of voltage is able to, induce this light. And specifically, I use this light because I wanted to see where the cutoff point was, where that sweet spot was and how far it stretched. And you can see that by the color change. Now, notice the color change when it gets too high, but even as high as it is, that's extremely, well performing in terms of wireless transfer of energy. Normally, it would require a lot of voltage to do this.
Yeah, because that is pretty amazing. Another thing I was going to ask is, have you considered, like, because you're saying the battery, it doesn't appear to be draining. Have you considered somehow to increase the load so that you kind of force it to either drain or something like that, or see how long a battery would last versus using this setup versus normal setup?
Yeah, we've set up controls, and we've seen the battery under normal conditions versus under these conditions, and undeniably it's really doing something unusual that normal electrical dynamic models can't really explain. But again, we're going to be going into the synthetic AC model that I developed to help explain some of these unique phenomenon in these nonlinear open circuit systems. And specifically field cavitation really plays an important role here. And regarding the cavitation zone, which is in the center of the coil, the TOR, as we call it, according to researchers like Lieutenant Colonel Tom Bearden and Eric Dollard, this cancellation or null zone, it doesn't destroy energy. it converts transverse EM waves into longitudinal radiant pulses that can be captured along certain axes of the coil's geometry, apparently.
Yeah, I could actually play that. There's a 2-minute clip from Thomas Bearden when he was trying to explain the Hutchison effect.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure.
yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I'll show you. I actually when I uploaded the thingy, I got a copyright claim for the Thomas Bearden one, but they I appealed it and then they took it off, so which is good.
Yeah, sometimes it just auto, tags it, and you gotta.
So this is a rare one. This is probably the only video of the 1997 one with Brenda Roberts that anywhere on the internet. I published this I think last month. When did I publish this? 13 days ago. So this month. Holy, it's March 14th. So at the end, I include this one here, and I also used where does the footage? This is the Brenda Roberts? I could have sworn it was somewhere in here. Thomas Bearden. Oh no, this is. Oh, I got this is the second one. This is the one I want. The first one. This is the first one. Okay. This is a very rare footage. Yeah. So here's Thomas Bearden, and then I used AI. Well, not actually. I used Audacity to remove the background noise. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but like
that's cool. No, that's smart engineering right there. So you can hear it better.
Yeah.
These old videos are crappy. Yeah. Come on.
yeah. Most of the time, that's what I'm doing. Like in the background of this, I do another Hutchison one. I had to like the audio and videos were out of sync, so I had to like sync up the mouth with it. It was a lot of stuff. But anyways, because this is important stuff, and I'll play this right here.
It is. And it's important work that you're doing here, restoring these. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll play these 2 minutes of Thomas Bearden and exactly what you just said right here.
Enter John Hutchison, Canada, Vancouver, Canada. Hutchison takes 2 Tesla coils and essentially puts in the center of them a target, which in every target has certain nonlinearities, and then blasts away with these 2 coils at them. Basically, what he establishes is an electromagnetic fighting itself, electromagnetic forces fighting themselves. And gravitational force is made when a gravitational potential is made when electromagnetic forces fight themselves to a draw. When, in other words, the gradients become 0. The gradient vectors or the resultants become 0, but the 2 forces are still in there slugging it out. All the energy is still going. The work is still going, but it's trapped locally. That's internal energy. That's what gravity is. And the Whittaker paper tells very well how to do that. So when John got things just right, he didn't have control of it, absolute control, but he bored in there with persistence. And when he got things just right to get the forces to fight to a draw, and there was the right nonlinearity in the target, he would have levitation of things even 64 pounds. He would also, another thing you do with such a thing is you cause the magnetostatic potential.
Yeah, that was a little short clip. I have the longer one later, but this was an interesting guy. He said that's what he calls it, a gravitational like well, or a gravitational like basic gravity is electromagnetic fighting. I think he had another one where he's talking about longitudinal waves and so on. But this one is because that's what I thought of when you said you had both. You had the 2 coils, and then where they fight, the electromagnetic fields fight each other at a draw.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it, because that's what, when you configure the coil in such a way where you have 2 channels or more in the same bundle of wire, you're creating 2 coils. That's, you have 2 coils, they're just the same ratio, 1-to-1 ratio, which is also unusual. You don't get step-up effect of voltage usually with a 1-to-1 ratio of coil. Usually have to have, like an asymmetric number of turns on each coil.
No, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so again, a lot of the stuff I'm still trying to catch up on the electromagnetic stuff. So you'll have to bear with me as I you're like the guru.
No, it's fine.
Because what I'm actually doing is so I'm using Grok to well, mainly for the safety mechanism. So I have a Tesla coil where I'm gonna be just doing some random experiments. But Grok told me to do this, and I'll be finishing this up as I go. I'm putting chicken wire around this pet fence. So and then it also told me so don't do it near my computer, and it says because I got a decently powerful Tesla coil. Like, I'm not sure if I think I've told you before when I almost like blew my eardrums just because I had the headphones on. when you,
oh yeah, you got to be
yeah,
careful.
so you can actually hear the static. No, I mean you can hear the static when it's on. When you get close, you can hear.
Hmm.
But then if you have a discharge, it literally like exploded in my ear.
Yeah,
Have I showed
yeah,
you that?
especially
Yeah.
when you're turning it off.
No, what I mean is when I'm touching it with a if I have the headphones on, and I touch the Tesla coil with like a fork or a spoon, it blows up.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, what I'm saying is like, no, I'll just show you what I did. But the thing is, with the headphones, that's when I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous. But then, so it also told me to install like a really tall copper tube into the ground, like near the garage, and then use it as ground, as like separate
Yeah,
from the
you
house.
can use one or two. I know a colleague of mine has two implemented in his
Yeah.
backyard.
Okay. Yeah, because I'll be doing that. Yeah, I'm mainly for the safety ones because I'm like, this is pretty dangerous. I'll show you actually a clip. Coil ear. So it almost a little, and I was doing it live, so it almost blew my eardrum, but I got to record it. So I'm touching it with a spoon, and I have my headphones, and watch. Look at I made here's slow motion clip of it. You can hear me yelling soon. Watch. And there's me yelling.
I love how you slowed it down.
Yeah, because you can see the spark. You can see the spark there. And then you see the spark there, and then you hear me yelling like a madman. No, it literally almost bursted. But the thing is, I like the headphones because you could hear it, so you know if it's working, how much static it is, where it is. But then the discharge, I was absolutely shook. Like I did not realize that happened. Yeah, that's me yelling. Because I've done it without like the headphones, and you don't feel you just see a spark over there. But when you have these headphones, it's like it becomes like an antenna receiver. So that actually vibrates the entire like wire inside the headphones. So it was absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, so that's why I make sure I always make sure the safety now. So I'll show you the well, I'll zoom out of the rock. I zoom in there because I was copying equations because you can actually ask it to do equations like I used to use equation editor on Word, but now I don't. I'll show you Tesla safety. I'll just show you quickly, and then we'll go straight into the nitty gritty. I don't know why it's not searching. Okay, Tesla safety. I don't know why it doesn't search anymore. Oh, there it is. Shielding advice. Tesla. I don't know why I can't just search. Tesla shielding. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, basically, I took a photo and tell him, yo, what is it? What am I doing here? I'm like, yeah, here's my thingy here, a bunch of chicken wire, and it told me to install a giant tube in the ground, copper. Yeah, so it says drive an 8-foot copper or copper-clad rod, 4 to 6, 8-foot copper tube. Is that too big or is that decent size? Like,
No, my colleague had to get approval from the city because he had to drive it down so far.
really? But so 8 foot, I need to get a. It's ridiculous. Okay, but it's supposed to be that big, like just do it for safety mumbo jumbos, because I want to replicate the Hudson effect gradually, but first I gotta like start gradually learning all this because I do it one step at a time, and I go extremely thorough on it.
Yeah, no, 8 foot is not uncommon for a proper ground.
Okay, do you have any like how do you ground your setups, or how do you consider safe? Because I know last time you were wearing a big safety gear, the helmet and all that, but how?
So there's different ways you can insulate yourself. You can use a grounding method with you know the wall socket. You know, has a little ground that you can use if you have an adapter. There's also you just got to test your ground, make sure it's not, like got a short or something, But anyways, yeah, you can wear insulated boots, insulated gloves. There are different methods that you can use, honestly, it's really about paying attention to what you're doing and taking your time and doing one thing at a time. Like as soon as you start doing multiple things,
Yeah.
and you have to, this thing in one hand and this thing in another, My general rule of thumb is I don't have electricity in both hands. If I'm messing with a wire, I have one free hand. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not having two things in one hand unless it's like absolutely necessary. You know, you got to really pay attention to where your live wires are and what's going on with your, but honestly, if you're messing with small circuits like I am, you know, the Jewel Thief is so small of a current that I mean, like it's hard to say because it's using negative electricity too. So, you know, like I've heard reports of people, you know, working with negative electricity and, you know, it giving them a little jolt, but, you know, it's not hurting them. So I've never like had the balls to test that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are just certain methods that you can do, and just taking your time and doing things one step at a time. Being aware of like if your system is on or off.
Yeah.
That is always important. Always be aware if you have your system on or off.
No, yeah,
sometimes you
for sure.
forget, you know, like you're working on it, and I've done it, and you know, I'm guilty of it too. You know, you start working on it and you're like, oh shit, it's actually on. You know, I could have shocked myself.
Yeah, no, that's a good advice. Especially again after my idiotic touching this, I had no idea it's gonna blow up my ear. Like that is the last thing I thought that would happen. Like I'm like putting my hand away because I'm like, you know, I'm scared. Like I don't want to get anything near me. But I'm like the ear out of all the things. Yeah, this is yeah. So no, that's great. But yeah, thanks for the advice. I'll be definitely doing one step at a time because my goal is to just see what happens. Let's say you have a test coil, but then like power it up and then put a coin next to it and just see what happens. Even if it wrecks the Tesla coil, at least I'll know. Or because I want to try to see what happens to a coin next to it at like super high, high voltage, high just overload on whatever thingies it has on it. And it also comes with a musical like a thing I could connect to an actual a sound source, so you can actually modulate the input frequency. You could actually sing. You could actually make it sing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. Mine has one too. I've never tested it, but the thing is, if you have the proper receiver in your if you have headphones with the proper receiver for that, I'm sure you could get that signal to go into the headphones.
Yeah, that's something that'd be an interesting thing. I'll have to ask.
So instead of
because
instead of static.
It's when the 1 second, I'm getting I'll be back 1 second. I just got someone at my door.
Oh no, you're good. He really gave himself a jolt there.
All right, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, his brother had to do something. Yeah, so but this specific testicle. Actually, no, going back to the ear thingy. So what's interesting is so John Hudson told me that when the military were like the U.S. Army, when they were at his lab in like 1983 and like having him run the stuff, like he would have the huge testicles and like a whole bunch of. Nobody tell me. All right. Yeah. So that's that part. I think. Yeah. So yeah. We can continue on further. I just put the notes, just random stuff here. I just put the. We had that Google Drive folder. I'm not sure if we how we should go about doing that. But I think as you said something about yeah, you're stacking the coils, and then you also have your you have the other model of what was that model? The synthetic AC model that you called it.
Yeah. So the synthetic AC theory or model that we're using to understand some of the anomalies in these nonlinear systems, in an attempt to improve upon them, so we can understand, oh, why is it stepping up the voltage with a 1-to-1 ratio of coil? A lot of people get these unique effects, but nobody's really been able to explain them in a comprehensive way that connects with mainstream understanding. It's all, like going back to Tesla's, esoteric knowledge, that we don't really understand fully, or it's somebody's own unique theory that is in its own right, esoteric and fringe. So I wanted to try to understand this to the point where I wanted to understand what's going on so I can improve upon the system, in a way that an electrical engineer could understand, and build the, and really what it boils down to, the model is that we have a severe misclassification in some of these systems. And that's the heart of it. It's a classification error. We have linear systems and nonlinear systems, and they both have alternating current effects in them, but they're both being labeled as alternating current, when clearly they are different waves created by different origins and different mechanisms of actions, and they have different uses, and they need to be classified distinctly. So we're not confusing or conflating the two, because they have unique properties in these nonlinear systems that you don't see in the linear systems. And this is the heart of synthetic AC theory, is we're reclassifying some of these systems in an attempt to actually get to the heart of what's the mechanism of action. And when you see that, okay, so regular AC is taking the same energy and sloshing it back and forth, whereas in this system, we're pulsing energy in one way and then timing it correctly with, the circuit and the geometry of the coil, and bouncing the reactive component back at it in such a way where it's creating an alternating effect between the two pulses. That is not traditional alternating current, and it shouldn't be confused as traditional alternating current. And that's my whole premise here, is that's what I call synthetic alternating current. It's synthesizing the effect between two different components.
Yeah, I actually had I was visualizing what you said. That's pretty interesting. Do you have have you written about this the synthetic one? Because
yes, it's actually I finally linked it in the phase 2 guide. I'll send you a link if you don't have it again. But
is this which guide is this? Because I have one guide that I put on the Hive blockchain for you, the Benefactors Vortex Coil guide. Did you have another update? This is the original document.
Yeah, I update it periodically.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
If you go down
looks like here you updated this year. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now this.
Yeah, so if you go down to the tabs, discoveries and theories.
Okay, so I'll have to update. Yeah. You should have let me know, and I would have updated. So I'll update my thingy with your new setup here.
But the full breakdown is the link to the other document that I've been putting together for the synthetic AC model, which goes into field cavitation, which is the mechanism of action for a lot of these, effects that we see in all of the evidence and everything.
And I was also going to ask, would you be interested putting putting this on the Hive blockchain, just because it's because right now like do you have other people working on this, or is it just you working on this paper?
It's just me. Nobody really is interested yet, but
no, but that's why
put it on the blockchain.
No, yeah, that's one of those. If you want, I can help you do a guide on how to do what I just did here. It just because others can see it, and I can share it and so on. And you could also make some.
That's
so I made
that's
$4.
Something that I need to do, is get it out to more people. So yeah, put it on the blockchain and run it through your your circles and see if anybody is interested.
But also, what I mean is instead of posting on Google, you could just post straight up on the Hive blockchain. That's the thing. If you're interested, I can make an account for you if you want. BeneficenceTV, and it's I think it's just better than Google, just because you never know what happens with Google. Anything could be taken out, and it's public, so anyone can see it. So that's why I had to put your stuff here. Also, I put I always try to get people on there. I also got the Inaldino's Ether paper. I asked them for permission, but so that's up to you if you want to be on there. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and put yours on my.
No, yeah, I do want to be on the blockchain, because I don't trust Google.
That's what I mean. Yeah, just because, and the thing is, this one nobody can take this. This article, this coil one right here, I can't delete it if I tried. Do you get what I'm saying? The other one, you're worried about Google deletes it. This one, I can't. I do this so that it's human proof. It's even if somebody goes hacks my account and deletes it, it'll only be deleted on the front end. You can see every previous version ever done. And you could, yeah. So this is kind of what I mean. And the thing is, if this specific website gets taken down, it doesn't matter. You just switch it. There's also I actually have an app. I mean, there's a browser extension that I use. I could just switch up. Whoops. I think it's which one is the switch ups? One of the ones here. I don't know why it's 1 second. I think I made this wider. Okay, the one time I want to use it, it's gone. Yeah, you can just switch it to a different website. I don't know what happened to it. Hive Pulse. So that's the thing. I could pin it. Okay, there it is. Hive Pulse pin. It is pinned. Okay, this one. Yeah. So I can just switch it up. So for example, like this. Yeah, going back to here. Yeah, there it is. So like this article, I could just literally just switch up to any other website, and we're done. There's a Hive blog. So yeah, so basically, if you're interested, let me know. We could actually run it through. It'll be very, very good. For example, here again, like I've done this before, where see right here, this is a website. It's called Peaked. It's just accessing the blockchain. I can just go switch it to EST, for example. Now, see what I mean? Like you can't do that with Google. Google owns your thing. If you go to another site, and you can't access how it is. So you can go. Let's say you don't like this look, you go over to Hive.blog. So. You can just go any other website. Let's say you don't like this, you can make your own one, and you can actually make your own website pretty rapidly. Like you can have it and it just accesses the back end of Hive. But anyways, that's just stuff you can do with it. Always good. The one I like using is this here mainly. It just looks nicer. But yeah, so I'll be putting this one. I didn't know you had this there. I'll update it with it. And yeah, going back to the synthetic AC. Because like number before, I think we had I fed it into Grok. Basically, Grok and AI, they know the mainstream. So I like you said before, like how do you always put them together so that you can, let's say you go to a professor in electrical engineering, how do you communicate to him in a language he knows?
Exactly. And not only that, like demonstrate in an easily replicatable way, some of these, interesting effects as well. It's not like we're trying to build a fusion reactor, like it's not like a complicated process. We want everybody to be able to replicate this who has some basic knowledge of, electrical equipment. And that's the idea. We want simple, easily implementable solutions for off the grid, lighting and heating and other basic, charge your phone if the grid goes down type of situation. Or charge your car if your car needs to jump. With say you have a 9-volt battery, you need to jump your car. These are the types of situations that we can see, especially as we're going into, these increasing threats of like, World War III, and civil war, civil unrest. We're going to experience fuel shortages. The grid is going to experience instabilities because a lot of the grid relies still on fuel and not just nuclear power. So these are all things that we're going to have to think about. And, these are solutions that, people can whip up in their garage. And it's not like I'm hiding anything. I want people to build these things, and I want people to understand them and help me understand them, because I have a lot of questions still.
No, that's good. And you made a good point about the fuel shortage and so on, because they're actually like they might be pulling up, because like you remember COVID, they had the COVID lockdowns. Because this is the International Energy Agency, IEA, basically advises all the countries and so on. They're recommending essentially climate lockdowns because of the war in Iran. They're saying that the Strait of Hormuz is like closed off because and that's about like 20% of the world's oil. And then they recommended work from home, reduce speed limits on highways, alternate private car access in roads so that some cars that you can drive and then you have to drive the other day. so like rotating license.
Right.
Yeah. So
rotating license plates. Yeah.
So these are actual things that are being thrown over there, and all just in time for 2030, where we will own nothing and be super happy. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I think it's about time that we have some kind of simple solution that people can have, not as like a full replacement of the grid, but as a crutch to rely on, and even if they wanted to go off grid, these systems are, people have done it. I'm not going to say I know how to do it, because, we're still developing it. But at least we're still developing the ABHA coil systems. But in terms of other types of, off the grid systems, we have people who have done it before, and it's possible. So it's just like a matter of having the right amount of effort into it, because right now people, if you don't think it's possible, you're not going to look into it.
Yeah, definitely. There was actually a video I saw a while ago. It was someone actually made a little thingy. I think I forgot what it's called, but it was like 15 years ago, where it's like a solar cell. Yeah, solar. I think it was like a solar cell, but also has like a jewel thief setup built in. But it's like he made it like literally compact that if in case your grid goes down, you can just get energy ASAP somehow.
Yeah. And the jewel thief, I've always said this, the jewel thief is an extremely misunderstood and underestimated circuit. I believe that if anybody accomplished something like that, it was with the jewel thief or an oscillating circuit of some sort. It's, like, it's not very complicated to start the disturbance of the vacuum. That process isn't very complicated. It's about redirecting the energy in the right way. And, we go into this in the model, but, spoiler alert, when we're designing circuits, we're thinking about it ass backwards, right? We're taught to design circuits from positive to negative and trace the energy that way. But in reality, we set up that method of designing circuits before we discovered that electricity actually flows from the negative terminal of the source battery. And it goes from negative to positive. And when you actually set up your circuit and design it to, or when you have that in mind when you're designing it, certain hidden return paths for the energy that are originally obfuscated by looking at it the other way reveal themselves. And we can see like, oh, this is doing something a little bit different than we originally thought.
Yeah, and you made a good point there where electricity actually goes the other way. It doesn't go from positive to negative. It goes from the negative to the positive side.
And yet all our simulators for electrical circuits and all of that, they're all simulating the electricity going in the wrong direction, which, like it works, but it only works as a closed system. When you design your circuit to work from negative to positive and to return the energy in the right way, and as we've done in the jewel thief to specifically redirect it in the right way, you can get your system to last a lot longer than a closed circuit system.
And also this is I covered this in my live streams, my Wednesday ones before many times. This is the Einoldinu's ether model. Have you
this is the what?
This is the Einoldinu's ether model, where it's like basically longitudinal, just vibration of the ether. But he has a thing called electrigen. So it's like that was originally what was thought of electricity, was what's being carried. Well, but yeah, so I just want to give you a thing that he noted that nobody else has ever noted before, and I'm like, once you see it, you're told this, you can see this everywhere. So you could visually tell which is the positive and negative terminal of, let's say, a discharge circuit, like just something that has you can see the electricity discharge. For example, if you have a vacuum tube with like if you have a tube or like a vacuum or semi-vacuum, we have some sort of neutral gas in there. That you can see the discharge. So on the negative side, he's saying that this one has an excess of a thing called electrogen, and there's going to be a gap between the discharge and the actual cathode.
I see that.
Yeah. So you can tell, and then on the positive side, there is a deficit. So the sparks are right on the electrode. So this would be the anode. Actually, which one would be anode?
So that whole thing is a vacuum tube, you're saying?
Yeah, and the thing is, this was from this is from a 1901. He just drew over it. This is just but you actually can see it in a discharge. So if I go to let's see what it says here, because I wanted to see it for myself.
Wow.
So this is where it says interesting clues on the behavior of matter with excess and deficit of electrogen in a state of vibration can be obtained from study of discharges of electricity through gases of very low pressure. Okay, this is what I meant, not full.
That would make sense to have a gap where it's pushing it out, and then no gap where it's sucking it in.
yeah, but that's actually the vibration. Like what you're seeing, that is just the amount of stuff. Yeah. So then this one is in the discharge.
Oh, so that's just the after. Yeah, that's not the actual effect. That's the after effect or the side effect.
Yeah. These are the after ones, but the gap is the actual like fluid there. It's like and to give you the idea
okay.
about the fluid setup, this was the where's the NASA the water. So like this is this one right here. So the whole idea is like there's a vibrating electrogen thingy similar to water. So like the coil would be like cloth, so it just sticks to it. And he argues that for example the discharge here very low pressure. Yeah, this put right here. So this is the one when I realized, okay, this you might be onto something. I'm just gonna copy this. Discharge is low pressure. So we're gonna go in YouTube, just find a discharge. So discharges of electricity through gases at very low pressure. So based on his just theory, you can spot which one's positive or negative without being told which one's positive or negative. So you just go YouTube and see something. I had one before I showed. So we can just find anything that actually runs. See, this one looks like it's running. Let's play this one.
Give it a second. I think it's still loading. Oh, there we go.
Let's see a video here. See electricity discharge. I just want to see if there's a video. No, this one, the guy was just talking about it. Okay, he doesn't show it. I want to see an actual video of a discharge. I just want to get to a video. I saw one before. Yeah, this one. I think this one here, physics demonstration. This might be it. Yeah. Let's watch. We'll watch one here. He's gonna turn light off. Yeah, he's gonna turn light off, and you're gonna see. There
we go. As the pressure drops.
Yeah, so you could tell. Can you tell which one's positive and negative?
Yes, you can see it. There's a gap on the one side.
Yeah, that's negative.
That's awesome.
So you can tell. So notice right here, you can literally tell without being told there's a random plus or minus somewhere. So that is literally this. That's the thing about. So this is where I'm like, okay, this is a bit wild there. So this guy here, Einaldini, I was trying to get him on the stream. He has some good thoughts on Ether because anytime Ether, I ask him about it, see what his thoughts on are on like Microsoft Morley experiment and all that. That's something I might do a video on his Ether theory, specific like a full video like breaking down because I need to wrap my head around it. So basically, what you're seeing according to his theory is this thingy, but here. So that's the part. So it's vibrating and it's going to the movement is flowing to the deficit, the one who doesn't have much. Some more water goes to whatever. So that and his theory of electricity would be again similar to that setup, where he has the video. Let's go to the. We'll go to the. There's the electricity moving across. It's kind of like water. Yeah, this one right here. So you have the electron set up, the electrogen surplus.
Yeah, flowing downhill. Yeah.
And but the electricity is just a diffusion wave. So it's like it's just going across. So if you have a drip here, so I'll show you and there's the plus. So the plus is the deficit. But if you click the video, I have the video right here. So see this drop? So that's basically according to theory. That's what electricity is. So this is the bulk, and then so whenever you have electric flow, it's just just causing a vibration diffusion wave going across. That's according to his theory. So that's why you can have.
Interesting.
That's why you can have a vibration going super fast like that, and the motion is always going to be from negative to positive.
Right. The propagation. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is him talking.
Wow.
And the reason that this again, like I like experiments, like you can have a theory and all that, but like this right here needs to be explained. And so the gap, and nobody's ever told this. Like the guy, imagine this guy here that's doing this experiment. Do you think he's ever came to his mind, hey, how come there's a gap?
I mean, that you raise an important question because we do need to figure this out. I think it is important. Things like these, they're not just trivial in my experience. If people just like, oh, that's interesting effect. No, that's telling us something.
Yeah. And so this guy experiments. I'll show you So when I got interested, because like everybody has their own theory of ether and all that, but he has experiments to try to match up with his flow. So I got his. Where's DNU? Where's the magnet? These are the ones. Yeah, these are the ones. So these experiments are his. Have you seen these one? Have I showed you these before? I'm pretty sure I may have. Do you remember these?
I haven't seen those, but maybe similar videos on what's her name?
Fractal Woman.
Fractal Woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they actually helped write a paper together. So she got So I found his channel from hers. But you can see.
But this is important. An important analogy right here, like an important comparison when you're trying to understand, like how magnets are attracting and repelling, because science, we describe what they're doing, but we never really explain why they're attracting or why they're repelling.
Yeah.
But this right here kind of explains it. It gets to the heart of it. Oh, there's an aether fluid medium or superfluid medium that's everywhere, and it's being disturbed.
Yeah, basically, like the question is, well, how can this analogy of just water replicate the same thing? That's kind of what I mean. So it's like, whatever the medium is.
Well, the universe is in my opinion, though, when you start to look at these things and you start to realize, like as you're discovering things in science, at least in fringe science, you realize the universe is a fractal. Like you really see the same effects, whether it's on the micro scale or macro scale, whether you're looking at a imploding sphere, a structured bit of plasma, which is a plasmoid, or an imploded star, which is basically the same thing on a grand scale. Like it's the same effect, only on a different scale. We see these same different effects in the universe. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, for sure, and that's where I get the idea. I think it's Fractal Woman. It basically shows black hole it resembles very, very similar to how a magnet appears under a ferrocell. That was just. Have you seen that one? No, I'm not sure. Basically, if you have
I might have a while ago. I was really into her channel for a minute, doing my research, and I went over a lot of her videos. And I believe I might have seen that one.
Yeah, I know.
She did some videos with the ferrocell.
Yeah, she did. And I actually summarized some of her videos in my physics playlist. I have a MES physics playlist, and the main one she did was the isopotential lines. Like they match up, they look very similar to the atomic orbitals. Like it's just eerily similar. And the other one is so basically it's very hard to argue against. The photon was defined badly, the mainstream photon. Like it's defined using 1 second of light. Like do you understand what I mean? Have I showed you this before or no?
Like, no. I'm interested though, if you want to explain it.
So the photon. So so that's a good question. Now, what is a photon? So photon.
Right.
According to mainstream, it's essentially a it's a particle. They call it a particle of light. But the way it's defined, they use the Planck's constant. But Planck's constant is based on 1 second. So in other words, 1 second of light at a given frequency is a photon. So, but a second is not fundamental. Like what if you changed, instead of using a second?
Yeah, that's relative.
Yeah. So let's say it's a minute. Let's say we're doing a minute. So now we have a minute. So in other words, according to mainstream, there's infinite amount of different types of photons at different frequencies. Infinite.
Yeah, you've tied the dimensions to time, which I think is a mistake, right?
What they do is they time it to what they actually do is they ignore the cycle. They ignore that there's a periodic movement. Like they ignore the actual unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll show you the image, and you can represent it. This is
but that goes to back to linear thinking, so.
Yeah, go to I think physics. I have a physics playlist. So I have a physics playlist right here. So here's a video I made on that. Planck's quantum of energy is not that, it's quantum of action. I gotta see, where did I post my? I could have sworn I posted these. I'll have to put the images there. I'll just show you the image. This is the video. It's 5 minutes long. Actually, we can actually play it if you want. We have a lot. Up to you if you want to play this, but we could just show you this. I'll play this right here.
Yeah, play it. I'll take a quick smoke break while you're playing it, and I'll watch and
in classical
after.
Yeah. You could smoke while watching this. But so basically, so you know Planck's constant. I mean, the classical theory, you had the continuous energy. So they were thinking, yeah, basically everything's continuous. But then Planck shows that it's actually in quantized bits. So we'll go to that. We'll play some of this.
Mechanics. The energy of light is continuous, but this doesn't always match observation. In quantum mechanics, energy can only take on discrete values, however, the units are unbalanced. The equation E equals h times F is Planck's energy-frequency relation and is the energy of a single quantum of light, called a, quote, photon.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. So quantum mechanics, basically you have energy of a photon, which is Planck's constant, times the frequency of the light. All right?
You said, say that one more time. The energy of a photon
is Planck's constant multiplied by the frequency.
Multiplied by the frequency. Okay.
So do you get what I mean? So there's basically, yeah. So there's, and it's quantized. But the issue here is it's unbalanced because the units of Planck's constant are joules times second, and the unit of frequency is actually cycle per second. Do you get it? It's not, but the mainstream just puts a 1. So,
okay.
So frequency, it's not just a divided by second, it's a cycle, so a full wavelength divided by the time, basically the number of cycles per 1 second.
In Fractal Woman's modified unit analysis, balancing the units of the Planck relation formula reveals a minimum unit of energy.
We'll explain how.
In quantum mechanics, the energy of a, quote, photon is quantized by the following equation. E equals hf, where E is the energy, h is the Planck's constant, and f is the frequency of light. Frequency is the number of cycles or oscillations per unit time. The international standard, or SI unit for frequency, is Hertz, which has base units of 1/second, or second to the power of -1.
So that's the problem right here. In standard units, standard international units, a cycle is 1 divided by s. This is what the s to the power of -1 means. But you're ignoring, but you're ignoring cycle. Do you get what I mean? How could you have a unit of 1 divided by s? What's the 1? What does the 1 mean? So in other words, it needs to have so basically it's cycle per second, but then standard units, they just ignore it. They ignore the cycle, so they just put 1/s. Right, keep going.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So what I mean is, this is like this is just basic. It's just basic. It's just wrong. It's just the mainstream. It's just, there's no way around it. Like you can
So what would your correction for this be? Would that be another variable?
No, the correction is just don't ignore the cycle. So you get what I mean? Then it will.
But what would the equation look like? As I'm saying,
it's gonna be. It's gonna be the same thing. It's just that now
it's gonna be the same thing. Okay.
It's gonna be essentially the same thing, but the interpretation is gonna have to change. Now you can't call. So basically, what means photons don't exist. It's like there's no.
I see what you're saying.
It's the same thing, but now there's no such thing as a photon. But we'll get to it. Yeah. So the question. This is kind of what I mean. Like it doesn't.
But this goes back to what Nikola Tesla believed. He believed that light was a wave in the aether. You know, and that wave propagation might look like a particle, but it's not.
Yeah, so that's
I don't know. I honestly don't know what's true. I like to believe it's a wave in the aether, like Tesla, but I don't know enough about it. But you're kind of enlightening me on this. So continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, what I mean is, regardless of whether there's ether or not, the photon, according to mainstream definition, can't exist. Like the photon, they're
right. Based on the science, it's contradicting itself.
Yeah, well, they're ignoring the cycle. This is why I made this video for summarizing Fractal Woman's work. It's just basic math. There's no there's no controversy. It's just there's nothing that anyone could debate about it.
is shown.
Actually, I ran it through Grok.
Yeah, I wish I was on your level with this physics. Hopefully one day I'll get on your level. But yeah, no, that's why I come to your channel to learn about this stuff.
No, it's good. But once you wrap your head around, like, I'll show you the mainstream. It's just
making 25 complete,
because it's very, 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 very standard. You don't even need to know math to know this. I'll just keep going further. Just because, like,
okay,
like for example, like to you, okay, what is the so what does frequency mean? Like, if you have yeah, let's say you have a wheel and it's spinning, right? What is frequency? It's the amount of revolutions, the amount of spins per second, right? So that's pretty straightforward.
Correct.
And a pendulum swing back and forth is just back and forth. That's one cycle.
Return to source.
Yeah. But in SI units, they just ignore it randomly. They ignore the revolution. They ignore the cycle. and now they just basically have it. Dimension is 1 over time. That's basically what they're calling. But there's no 1. One is not a thing. It's just keep going.
Complete oscillations in 60 seconds, which gives a frequency of 0.416 hertz.
Yeah, so basically a pendulum swinging 25 oscillations in 60 seconds. You just divide it, 25 divided by 60, you get 0.416. That's just a good example.
The Planck constant is referred to as the quantum of action and is associated with the quantum or minimal element of the energy to the electromagnetic wave.
Yes, so basically they call it a quantum of action. And then that quantum of action arises infinite amount of photons. Okay, we'll get to that.
SI units, its value is 6.626 times 10 to the power of negative 34 joules per hertz or joules second.
Yeah, so the SI unit is joules per hertz, right? Or and then it becomes joules second, but hertz is not. It's not 1 over s. It's actually cycle over s. So that's hertz is cycle per second. All right. Anyways, we'll keep playing this.
To the electromagnetic wave. In SI units, its value is 6.626 times 10 to the power of negative 34 joules per hertz or joules second. When Planck's constant is written in units of joules per hertz, the energy equation is balanced. However, if Planck's constant is written in units of joules second, the energy equation is unbalanced since there is a hidden unit of, quote, 1 remaining.
Yeah, so this part here, does this make sense to you? So E equals h, this is mainstream physics, is energy of a photon, according to that. And the units, if you're looking at it in hertz, so joule per hertz, times it by hertz equals joules. So that's energy. So that's fine. But when you do the joule second setup, that's the part where you get an error. You get a random unit of 1. So the cycle's not there. So something is off. All right.
In Fractal Woman's modified
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so Fractal Woman, all she does is just add the basically in her modified unit analysis, what she does is
Wait, go back to the previous screen just one more second. I just wanted us to look at it one more time.
This is mainstream.
Yeah.
If you write in hertz, everything is fine. If you write it in second, it's not fine because you have a 1. Like do you get what I mean by 1? Mainstream, they ignore it. But you can't.
Yeah, I mean, but do you think this is intentional, or do you think it was honestly a mistake that just nobody was smart enough to catch?
I think it was. Well, again, I have a conspiracy set of. I think it was intentional as well as flow of electricity. Which direction? I think that was also intentional because.
I mean, I do tend to lean towards the conspiratorial a little bit too in this realm. So
this one, because
I don't know,
so
but
obvious.
I don't know enough.
But this one is just so obvious. It's so like I don't know how anyone can look at this.
Like how? Yeah, like how could you yeah,
because
stupidly simple type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember,
but that
hertz. Like, what are the units of hertz? Remember, that's frequency. That's cycles per second, right?
Right.
So you can't just put a 1. What is this 1? How come there's no cycle in this joule s? The setup. So this one should be s over cycle because it's just divided by, and then you have a cycle over s. So this is.
Let me ask you. Do you know how to represent non-Hertzian?
What do you mean? What's a non-Hertzian?
So Tesla was dealing with non-Hertzian waves, and that's
Oh, that's a
specifically what
scalar.
we
You
deal
mean?
with the
You mean the scalar
yeah
setup?
scalar wave. Yeah, do you know how to represent that mathematically? Like I would. That's like out of my ballpark, but
No, yeah,
it's just
I
a
haven't looked at that too much because they say scalar, but I've heard Thomas Bearden talk about it. It was like part of the equation where when you cancel out all that remains is a scalar setup there. I'll have to look wrap my head around that. But if you have something specific that he has written about, then I can because in math one thing I'm good at is I can understand it even if I have to feed it through Grok because I understand numbers well just equations. So. But like this part here, so again, back to the fractal woman. All she does is just include a cycle. That's all it is. Like, does this make sense right here?
Yeah, no, it does. It does make sense. It's just I'm a little slower than you at grasping these concepts. But no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. So essentially, what's missing here is there's a cycle term here. So then, but the mainstream they just ignore it. So then, what ends up happening is there's a random second thingy here. So joule S. So what does a unit energy times time? Like yeah. So the actual thing, what it ends up meaning is different than what ends up happening. So what happens is this. So yeah. So here's the part. So you get if you add the cycle and just move things around. Like you have add the cycle here, just move it over divided by joule. You could just manipulate units as you wish. So you move it over here. What you end up having is energy. So this is a J. This delta sign, that's cycle. So that's all she does is add cycle in there. That's all her setup is. So you can interpret this as energy of one cycle, so like one wavelength, times it by 1 second. So this is the mainstream. When you add this, you realize the mainstream, the energy of a photon is multiplied by 1 second length. So it's energy of for 1 full second. So that is the error that they have. So here's a cycle, or wavelength.
Right. So you're just measuring how much energy is in a second of that packet of wave.
No. What I mean is this is the energy per cycle times it by 1 full second. So this isn't 1 second. Remember, from here to here is
that's not 1 second.
That's one cycle.
That's one. What's your reference though?
No, this is basically just looking at the Planck's constant that they're given. It says that Planck's constant, according if you include the cycles, what it actually means is the energy of one cycle. So, for example, it just whatever the frequency of the wave is. So, if you have radio waves, if you have low frequency radio waves, they could be like many basically. Yeah. Going back to the reference, this is a constant of nature, okay? According to Planck's constant, it's a constant of that. But the interpretation becomes energy of one wavelength.
Right. So that graph from start to finish, that full cycle, that's 1 second.
No. That's one cycle.
That's one cycle.
So like a gamma rays, how many?
So a second is. A second could be multiple cycles. Okay, never mind.
Well, for example,
I had that concept confused. No, go ahead. That's
what I mean by a cycle. It's the way. For example, a gamma ray has how many cycles are in 1 second? How many different wavelengths in a gamma ray?
Okay, like I get what you're saying. Okay, no, that's where my confusion arises, and you just clarified that. My bad.
Yeah, so it's like billion. Yeah, for example, you can have 1 billion cycles per second. Like that's a gamma ray. So basically, what it should be done is this this Planck's constant is actually can be viewed as the energy of one cycle, and then this energy equation is actually like a cumulative energy of 1 second worth of that frequency. So
gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so energy of one cycle or one wavelength. Okay, just keep that in mind. And now notice what happens when you're in the interpretation. So now you end up having a quantum of energy. So the energy, and notice that there's you multiply by the frequency of that light. So this is a constant. So what it in this interpretation, every single wavelength has a quantum of energy. Like for example, gamma ray has the same quantum as a microwave. That's visible light. The only difference is for gamma ray has more of these little packets than this one. So here's a detector, here's a unit of time. So mainstream, they would multiply again. It's an experiment for 1 second. That's all it is. So does this make sense to you right here? Assuming, yeah, so this interpretation just basically means every single type of electromagnetic frequency is made up of the same energy packet, but just a different frequency. And then the different ones means this one has higher energy because there's more per unit time. That's all it is. So
no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and so what ends up happening is, and then even if I run the numbers in, yeah, so basically higher frequency light has higher intensity because same quantum energy strikes a detector at smaller area for a shorter time. So instead of saying a gamma ray has more energy, no, it's just higher intensity. But they all have the same fundamental energy as radio waves. So here's again, this is where the mainstream it's just a bug. That's all it is. There's nothing else you can I don't know how you can interpret it. So in mainstream, there's infinitely amount of different photons. All of them are a second length, and they're all different. In her setup is there's just one quantum. That's just all wavelengths. I mean, all frequency of light has one quanta, and then you just multiply, and then the frequency multiplied by that, and the time that. Like there's just more of it per one packet. And what to give you, so here's a table of different setup here. Just to give you an example. So here's according to modified unit analysis of fractal moment. So one quantum of energy is just 6.2 energy per cycle, right? And then in mainstream there's infinite quanta of energy because you have to get the frequency, and then you have the times by Planck's constant. So gamma ray has this photon, X-ray has this photon, ultraviolet has this photon. That's mainstream. It's just, and then everything in between is a photon. So again, it's all just, yeah. So does this make sense or no?
No, this is all making sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, it is. Yeah. So that's a setup. And then one way to interpret like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle is that a detector. You can't detect, let's say, half of a wavelength. I mean, yeah. So that's why if you know the energy, then you don't know. I think it's something. Actually, that's for another day. That's I don't want to get everywhere. But yeah, so people are in the chat saying makes sense. But yeah, so that's essentially what it is. It's just this. And again, when you run the numbers, and again, I'm a numbers guy. I can go calculate. Okay, how many photons you want? I can make them for you. Like there's every single one of these are different photons, and this image is actually taken from a mainstream source. This image, it's like light's made of many different photons according to mainstream, but it doesn't make any sense.
But again, you found an area where you've kind of linked fringe science with mainstream in a way where it's just basically someone overlooked something or obfuscated something, you know. And I think that's really cool because that's, going to lead to, even more incredible discoveries.
Yeah, and this one just helps you think of it much, much easier. There's no random, like, photons.
Yeah, that's the thing. And for me, it's going to take me a little bit more time to get it on the level that you do because my mind doesn't work like yours. But at the same time, it for a mathematician, I can see how this is extremely like an easy concept to grasp, like it's not like hard, or complicated or overly complicated. You know what I mean? Like it's something that I can wrap my head around, and I'm not a mathematician. So I think it's really good work.
Yeah, this is a fractal woman, and then she actually got it from someone else that had written a paper about this, saying that like literally, it's fascinating. There's actually written a paper about there's a bug. Essentially that's all it is. Like the Planck's constant has a random bug, and I actually ran it through Grok, and it eventually agreed with me in that it's a different it's a different but equivalent interpretation. Like it's this interpretation is correct. This one you could view this as correct too, but it's all weird. You get all these random photons. So kind of what I mean is this is simpler, and it just helps you wrap your head around. Right, so
that's the thing about interpretations. You can have a completely different perspective on something.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to make science as objective as possible. We have to eliminate the subjective. We have to eliminate the interpretations.
Yeah, No, that definitely, and again, but this one is it's just a bug. There's no way around it. And it's again, they ignore cycles. So, for example, if you were telling me your Tesla coil has a let's say your synthetic AC has frequency of 10 hertz, and I said, okay, what's the units of hertz? What would you say? What do you tell me the unit of hertz are?
Cycles per second.
All right, but let's say you told me, it's just 1/2. But
Right.
do you get what I'm saying? I would say, well, are you mad? Because remember you just told me hertz is cycle per second, but in SI units is 1 divided by second. 1 divided by not cycle per second. 1 divided by second. Do you get? Have you figured that out? So
Yeah.
so the question is, how come you're not telling me the unit is 1/2? Because remember, what you told me is an other unit. The actual unit is 1/2. So do you get what I'm saying? So you're telling me,
Right.
You're telling me the alternative unit. What is the mainstream unit? It's 1/2. Is that So in other words, you told me the wrong unit. You're telling me the alternative unit. What's the mainstream unit? So if anybody ever asks you, what does hertz mean? If you to be aligned with mainstream, you have to say it's the units of 1 divided by second. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? Yeah. Did that drive home the point, or no, that's pretty much?
I think you just confused me a little bit.
No. Okay, let's go back again. Okay. Let's say I ask you, what is the unit of so let's say you have a Tesla coil, your synthetic AC, and you got 10,000 hertz frequency. All right. And then I ask you, what is the unit hertz, like what does hertz mean in the mainstream unit? Okay, what's the actual units? What would you tell me? But you can't use
the mainstream answer is cycles per second.
No, that's not the mainstream answer. Okay. The SI units is the mainstream. What if I ask you, what is it? So SI units is the standard basis ones. SI units. This is the international standard that they want to make everyone unique. Like, you know how there's meters, there's seconds. So for example, here's the SI units. You have meters, second, kilograms, moles, etc. Right? What you're telling me is not the actual SI. So it's not cycle per second. The SI unit is 1 divided by S. So we'll do this one more time just to drive home the point. All right. So if you let's say you tell me it's 10,000 hertz, and I ask you again, what is the mainstream unit for hertz? What would you tell me? All right. Let's see. I think we lost. I think we confused Ben. Anyways, this guy's voice really helps me visualize what he's saying. Okay, who's it talking about, me or someone else? All right, hello. All right, so we lost Ben. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear me or Ben or etc.? Yeah. Anyways, I think it might be. But yeah, that's that part. I'll get back to it later. I just wanted to get home, drive home the point. We'll leave this here. This part is amazing. I'm gonna do this right here. Copy this. Discharge. New. All right, guys. Where is Ben? I think we lost Ben into the ether. I hear you, not Ben. Yes, I don't hear Ben either. I think Ben got absorbed into the ether. What is this called? Plus, positive, negative electrode has a gap. Okay, this one is quite fascinating. The negative electrode has a gap. I cannot. Yeah. I don't hear Ben either. Let me know, Ben. Where in the world are you? Okay. So Ben is out of loop. Creates a diamag. I can hear you. But okay. Creates a diamagnetic funnel. All right. So we have 5 inverter with 3 outlets, each 120 and apart, and run a 3-phase motor. Okay, interesting. That is. Okay. So we are in the matrix. All right, guys. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prepare while he's over here. I'm gonna go to Beneficence TV, Beneficence Benefic. How do you in the world do you spell beneficence? Beneficence TV. Where's the YouTube? Okay, the YouTube. Let me go to stacking. All right. And what I'm also gonna do now, I'm just gonna create a channel for Ben. I think I had one before. I'm gonna create a Hive account for him right as we speak. Peaked. Let's go here. Wallet. We'll go to create. Claim account create. No, I want to create one. Beneficence is spelling. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, beneficence. Yeah, I'm like the worst at saying words. Create account token. Let's see if this is done. Review. Should start with lowercase. Okay, so it's got to be lowercase b. Beneficence TV. Okay, so review. Username. Oh, I already made one for him actually. Never mind. I actually did make one for him. Yeah, I made it so nobody steals it. Yeah, so I have the keys for him. So I actually have these for him. Okay, so follow. I thought I made it. Yeah, I made it a while ago. When was this? Yeah, November 2025. Okay, so I'm gonna follow. And I think I did delegate RC. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I already made an account for him. All right, so we have an account for him, and I think I sent it to him. I'll help him log on to it. All right, so I did make it for him, and then there'll be. So, anyways, I don't know what happened to Ben. We lost Ben. I can't hear him. Okay, and so there's Ben. Whoops, I put the wallet there. Just put the normal link. Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Oh yeah. I was wondering where you went. Someone said that you got stuck in a diamagnetic funnel. Yeah. So apparently, apparently, I actually created an account for you in November on Hive. That's pretty interesting. I was gonna make one.
I thought you mentioned something like that.
Yeah. So basically, if you're interested, yeah, definitely, I can help you just getting started putting your stuff there. And the cool thing about Hive, right? It's all like it's open source. It uses Markdown. So what you could do is, I'll show you something absolutely ridiculous you could do. So you can go to an article. So like, for example, let's say I want to get this exact article, like the exact markdown like code for it. Like let's say I can go to copy this, but I know there's a markdown Hive. I think this was okay, this one someone made a markdown pro. Oh no, there's a Hive tools, I think, something like that. Hive tools. Hive tools markdown. I had this before. I don't know where it went. Yeah, markdown. So you can literally go and where's the Vortex? How to richly format it? See markdown editor. Hive tools. I think this is it. Yeah. So yeah, so you can go to this website, right? Again, these are like a tool on Hive. So you can copy this one here. Load posts, right? And now I loaded the post right here. And I can just copy this entire thing, and I can go start a new article. So, and I can do a new article, create post, copy this in here, and I have the exact article with formatting exactly as the Hive article. So, see what I just did? I just took, an article on Hive, which is again the one I wrote about yours, and now you can literally go and tinker with it exactly the same formatting. So imagine I wanted to do that with this right here, like. The formatting it's gonna be very hard to match up. It takes a while to line it up. But what I just did, I just got the exact same code. Because again, Hive is just it's just I'm telling y'all, this is like space age tech right here. Anyways, yeah, so that's that part. We'll do that later. But if you're again interested, I can help you just figure out how to post on there. Because you can post these ones definitely need to be on the Hive blockchain, not just random Google thingy. And because everybody can see the Hive blockchain, I can promote it and so on, and you'll earn money. So every one of my upvotes, you get like half a dollar. So that's pretty good. But anyways, go back to this thing. I want your answer right here. So you need to answer the mainstream answer. Like if you're gonna give the alternative answer, I'm gonna say it's wrong. Okay. So in SI units, so in the international standard of units, and if I tell you, hey, what is that 10,000 hertz mean? What does the hertz unit? What are you gonna tell me? Okay, you're muted again. You're like muted.
Oh, seconds to the negative power of 1 or whatever the
No, it's 1/2. Yeah, so the answer is 1/2. Do you get what I mean?
Right. I don't know how you would say it though. It's S -1.
No, they put S negative. They don't just This is just a shorthand for 1/2. Do you get what I mean?
Right, but it's the negative power.
No, that is what it means. S to the power, like let's say 2 to the power of -1. What does that equal?
You said what?
Okay, what does 2 to the power of -1 equal? So we'll ask Rock for you because I think that was the part where I'm casually saying it, but then you're not getting. So what is 2 to the power of -1? You know that 2 to the negative
should be -2, right?
No, it's just 0.5. This
one. Oh, 0.5.
It's just 1 divided by 2.
Oh, you're dividing. You're not times. Okay.
No, but that okay. This is where I think the issue was. Where I keep saying it's yeah. This is the issue is again. I forgot my math is next level. So 2 to the negative.
Yeah,
1.
you're going into math, and my mind just doesn't think like that.
No. So basically, this symbol right here. S to the -1. That means 1 divided by S. You grasp that? So 2 to the -1, see that right here? Equals 1 divided by 2. You got it? So that's 0.5.
Right.
Yeah. So so that's what I mean. So whenever you see the unit, so the unit is, that's why I'm saying it's 1/S. This means 1/S. This is just shorthand writing it, S to the -1. Same with the see time dimension, they have a t to the -1. It's the same thing as 1 divided by t. Yeah. So this is kind of what I mean, where they're ignoring the cycle. So if someone told you, hey, what is the unit of frequency? You could be like, do you want the common sense one, or do you want the convoluted, mainstream, impossible to understand one? So cycle per second is the alternative, other unit. Mainstream is 1/S. All right, yeah, so that's that part. Yeah, but anyways, so we can continue further. I want to... But yeah, you should have told me about these. I should have. I didn't know you were writing this one up, and also this update too. I'll have to update this. I'm gonna actually. I'll make a note. Actually, I'll put that. Okay, so because this one I updated March 13th. You updated yours this year. Holy, so I got a whole lot of info to update on this thingy. And I think the other thing I wanted to ask is a couple things. The synthetic AC, because I'm assuming, did you break it down exactly how it's similar and different from the other one? I'm gonna actually just... Okay, what I want to do is I want to actually feed this to the AI right now as we speak. How would I do that? And this is the other part. Actually, I do have it actually. Oh, I have Gemini. Okay, that's cool. Okay, summarize exactly what he means by synthetic AC. And compare it with conventional AC. Okay, let's see what it says. Let's see what Grok says. It goes through your document. I mean, no, this is a Gemini. It's because I have I pay for like Google Workspace because I need it for my email.
Oh, great! That it summarized it perfectly.
Yeah. So yeah. So synthetic. Well, because the thing is, it's summarizing your thingy. So it's not like taking a Google search or whatnot. So synthetic AC is a classification for a waveform that is synthetically constructed from 2 or more unidirectional pulses with apparent bidirectionality arising from time domain sequencing rather than field continuity. This model is proposed as a classification correction for waveforms that look similar to true AC and this is RMS, or is that root?
Root means square value.
Yeah, but behave.
So it's basically like averaging.
Yeah. Root means square values, but behave differently under load. The synthetic AC model suggests that energy is partitioned and leverages two. I'll make this wider. 2 different types of waves for distinct purposes, using geometry and timing to control field interactions. And this made a table. Holy. I'd say, how do I make it bigger? Wide. Can make it wide.
Yeah, this is a good summary. I like this.
Okay, I'll make this wider. Yeah, this is again, yeah, AI, and that's why. Well, this one, the thing is, because I pay for this setup, that's it's there. But with Hive, like you could just feed it to any other AI. You just send a link. You can't send a Google Drive link. They won't have access. They need to log in. So that's kind of what I mean. And it also has built-in too as well. So like these.
Can it understand? Can it like read the pictures or understand the pictures too, the diagrams?
Yeah, they should be able to. Like you can feed a PDF.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I do that all the time. Like I'll show you what I actually do. It's kind of what I mean by with Grok. I'll show you one of the coolest things that saves me a whole lot of time. So let's say that these equations, right, or this I'll get to this equation. I'm doing this one. You won't be able to see it right here. I'll just do one here big. The audience can see it. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna screenshot this. Okay, I'm gonna go to Grok just to show you what you could do. So I'll say I'm gonna paste this image. This is for my notes. So see this equation I wrote down using my tablet. Can you see that equation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a giant equation. It can read it and be like, give me this equation in nice form. Nice format or whatever. Well, now what happens? it literally writes it out. But I think it got this. It got my writing a bit wrong. Where's the edit? Oops, this one here. It's good enough. But yeah, so anyways, it would put something like this in there. But this one's a bit off. But as a bad example. But yeah, anyways, you could literally just tell it will read images. AI is getting to the point where it can do pretty much anything. But yeah, so go back to the synthetic one. So it can read your images. If I don't know why I can't make this bigger. So the difference between synthetic AC and conventional AC, referred to as true AC in the document, is summarized below. So constructed from 2 or more unidirectional pulses. Can you explain that a bit more? Unidirectional pulses?
So single direction. So they're going in one direction.
Oh, okay. And then
yeah.
So you have DC one direction and then DC the other at different times.
Yeah. So you have DC is going in one direction, and you can have different kinds of DC, like a pulsed DC, where you're switching it on and off, but it's still going in one direction.
Okay. Oh, so you have one direction, pulse, and then the other one direction, different way. And that timing is that.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah. So you're pulsing a coil, and when you pulse a coil, you create an electromagnetic field that collapses rapidly when you do it correctly, and that creates a reaction pulse, a back EMF kickback effect, basically. So that reaction pulse is timed correctly with the forward pulse, and you get a constructed, synthesized alternating current between the two, which kind of, in my opinion, creates a field bridge that allows them to act as one, but then act separately at the same time.
Okay, yeah, so I'm trying to wrap my head. So you have one wave pulsing, but you said it has a back EMF. But then what about your? Yes. But you're saying you have multiple. You have 2 or more. Another one's doing it, and there's a second back EMF. So you have multi-directional pulsing.
No. There's in this well, in different setups you could have more than one, but in this simplified setup, the Jewel Thief, you just have one forward and one backward.
Oh no! What do you mean? No, what I'm trying to say is because it says here you construct it from 2 or more unidirectional pulses. So you're pulsing one forward.
Yes.
Well, and then you pulse one backward. No, but I'm talking about the back EMF. You said there's a back EMF. Is that the back EMF? Or like what do you mean?
Yes, the backward component, the kickback. Yeah. That's the back EMF.
You know, but you're saying that but I'm saying you're pulsing one direction. That's that one has a back EMF.
That's creating the back EMF. So when you pulse the coil, when you put energy in the coil, it stores that energy in the form of an electromagnetic field. And then when the energy is cut off on the off portion of the cycle, so you're pulsing it, you're turning it on and off. On the off cycle portion of the cycle, it's collapsing that field. And when that field collapses, that energy is getting kicked back into the system. So you're putting energy one way, and then it's coming right back at you.
Yeah. So that's a Jewel Thief. No,
imagine a swing.
No, yeah. The reason I'm thinking about that is because it says here constructed
you're
from. Oh, is it muted? You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? I think it's I think others. Are you sure? I can hear you. Can you all hear me?
It's weird. I can't hear you. Why did it switch? Hold on 1 second. Sorry, you were muted for me. Okay. It switched my headset.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, you hear me now? Yeah. So what I'm trying to wrap my head around is because it says here constructed from 2 or more unidirectional pulses, but what you're saying that it's actually just one. Is it just a forward pulse and then the backward one is from the back EMF, or
Yes.
oh, because for some
Yes.
yeah, because
But you can have
from the way it was written,
so
I thought
but they're both going one way. So they're both only going they're traveling unidirectionally, both of them.
but one way. I thought you were saying going back. One's going backwards, isn't it?
Yeah, but unidirectional means traveling one way.
Yeah, it's linear. Yeah. They're both basically DC.
Right, exactly. But there are different systems like the stereo amp method, which is a superimposed synthetic AC, which means you have a conventional alternating current with a superimposed synthetic alternating current on top of that, which would double the effect, which you would get basically twice the amount of pulses per cycle, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I think I wrapped my head around. This is important because the AI said constructed from 2 or more pulses, but what it actually should be, it's constructed from, well, one pulse and then the back EMF is the second one. So it's kind of like 1, 2, and 1. Is that what?
Well, I wanted to leave the terminology open because there are different systems that can utilize more than one pulse. And that's why I worded it that. You're correct, though.
Well,
you are definitely
well, the thing
correct.
is, this is an AI. This is the AI summary of your thing. So is accurate? All right, that's good. And then true AC is conventional. Field reversal is continuous and sinusoidal. And then
exactly, it's a smooth transition.
Yeah, and then bidirectionality. Apparent bidirectionality arises from time domain sequencing, not field continuity. Bidirectional current reversal is treated as sufficient to describe energy transfer and wave behavior. Just bidirectional reversal. This is apparent arises from time domain sequencing. Forward and backward components can be physically or temporally separated while still synergized. Forward and backward components are not separable, so they need to be all part of the same setup there.
Yeah, so that's where the field bridge component comes into the theory, where you have a synergy effect when you have the correct timing and geometry in your system. You can correctly synergize the 2 pulses and create a field bridge, which allows them to act as one, but then be separated. And specifically in the Joule Thief, we separate the forward and the backward current, sending the forward current to the load and the backward current back to the negative terminal of the battery to kind of, I guess, delay the dipole from collapsing. So it increases the efficiency by recycling some of that energy that normally would just be dumped or wasted.
All right, yeah, that's fascinating. All right, and then it says energy mechanism, partitioning, timing, asymmetric regaging of 2 or more separate events that combine to form a single reversal between them. Versus the mainstream is just the polarity reversal of one energy event. Forward energy oscillates symmetrically between electric and magnetic domains.
Yeah, so traditional, conventional AC, as you would call it, is just a polarity reversal of the same energy. You're taking that energy and you're sending it one direction, and you're reversing the polarity, dissipating some of its potential while doing so, and returning it to source. That's traditional AC. It's more convenient, or it's more efficient in some cases rather than DC, obviously, but it's not the most efficient in my opinion. I think the synthetic AC could be more efficient in some areas of energy and propulsion. So
yeah, no, fascinating. It says collapse is asymmetric and produces recoverable radiant or longitudinal effects. So that's the one you were discussing.
Yeah, so, and by asymmetric we mean we're putting in a disproportionate amount of energy than what we're getting back. So we're putting in, say, 12 volts into the system, and that kickback is actually stepping up the back EMF. It's not stepping up the forward. It's a back EMF transformer. Technically, it's stepping it up to, 70, 100, 120 volts, which is extraordinary. That's that kind of step up effect is pretty incredible, especially for a 1-to-1 ratio of coil on its own right. So that's what we mean by asymmetric. We're putting in a smaller amount of energy and we're getting a big kickback effect that we're able to utilize.
Oh yeah, that's great. And then compared to the mainstream, the AC collapse is smooth and reciprocal. Okay, so interesting.
Yeah, so it's just imagine water sloshing back and forth in a
that's all it is.
trough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then energetic behavior. Energy behavior is geometry dependent before it is circuit dependent and exploits sequencing, not oscillation. And then and then AC is go on.
So I just wanted to summarize. That goes back to the whole idea that when you take a conductor, right, something that can conduct electricity, and you twist it into a coil, it develops a detectable magnetic field, right? The magnetic field gets stronger. It's not like it's not there when it's not curled up, but when you curl it up, it gets stronger. But why? Why is it getting stronger? Why can you detect a magnetic field when you twist that in the variable there? You have to get to the heart of it. It's simple. It's geometry. And when you have the geometry correct, it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that there could be a more correct pathway for that energy to amplify that magnetic field. And that's all that is taking the geometry and forcing the energy in specific ways that kind of in these systems at least form what I call field cavitation.
Oh yeah, that is something it definitely sounds next level. And then the other one, this is the conventional one. Conventional AC assumes time symmetry is sufficient to characterize energy flow. It's basically different times. That's all it is vibrating back and forth.
Right, like, so you would consider, like, what kind of transistor and switching speed you would need in your system without really, thinking about the geometry other than, oh, I need this many turns or that many turns. It's just a helical coil. At the end of the day, it's a solenoid is a solenoid. It's not differing in the geometry. We want to try to compress that field in different ways to kind of disturb the aether in different ways. That's why we have these different kinds of coils. I can actually show you one that I bought recently that I'm going to be experimenting with that is a traditional Rodin coil, and it's got a magnetic rotary, and it's very efficient.
Yeah, for sure. You can we can even run something if you want to run anything. Let me know. I'm gonna add the links to those two papers you had because I didn't know about that. I'm gonna put it right over. Let's go to new links. And then near the end, I actually saw your post. You made one about complex PTSD. If you want to discuss that near the end, it's up to you. Just give an avenue for you to mention because I saw your post about that, and you mentioned it before. We could do that before the stream. I think it's like if you're interested. I'm just gonna type it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's just it does play a large role into why my research is so slow at the moment. But yeah, I think for now we can go back to
we don't. I just put that there so others they're just aware. This is like stuff that people have to be just be nicer to other people.
Right. No, but well, that's the thing. It's not something that a lot of people are aware of either. Complex trauma in general is often not even diagnosed because they want to just throw pills at you rather than explore your childhood. So
type this synthetic. I wrote this synthetic wrong. Then this is the other one. This is updated paper. Okay, I need to add this updated paper. Paper. I'm just gonna do this. Where did I put the other paper? Synthetic beneficent. Yeah, I'm just putting this. Need to update paper. Yeah. All right. Article. Need to update article for that. Yep. Yeah. So no, definitely. I want to actually show one thing about that complex PTSD because I've seen this meme a lot. So I saw it on Wikipedia, and I'm like, so that's where the meme is from. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen this meme before. This is Wikipedia on the complex PTSD. This is a meme. Have you seen this meme before?
No, I haven't.
Well, I see this all the time, like in like sports or whatnot, or someone's like, or just. But apparently, this was described in 1944 to describe complex PTSD in war, and it apparently represents a soldier dissociating during the World War II. So that's pretty.
Yeah, you disassociate and.
Yeah, but I saw this meme in like basketball and whatnot. Like there's like a player kept I think like he I'm not sure if you know Kevin Durant. One time he shot a he 3-pointer to win the game. He won the game and the series, except his toe was on the line. So he posts like this photo as if he has a PTSD. I'm like, all right. Yeah. So that's where it arises. I had no idea it was that. All right. Yeah. So no, this is fascinating stuff. This is a synthetic one. Do you have a like? 'Cause I know you have the images and shown in here. Because you had the setup here, like I want to see a comparison between just normal AC versus the other stuff. Because you had I remember we discussed the nested harmonics and so on, and this is okay. This one here.
So that's the comparison.
Yeah.
It's not traditional AC comparison, but that's comparing two different geometries of coil. So we're determining what the best geometry is for synthesizing that smooth AC sine wave on the macro scale. Like when you zoom all the way out, you see like the smooth sine wave. So
this one's
the
smooth.
one on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the top, that's the Vortex coil, the ABHA coil. The one on the bottom is using the same circuit, but a different coil. It's a little bit smaller, but it's a pancake style Tesla coil called a caduceus coil. So it's bifilar using the caduceus weave method. But as you can see, it doesn't produce a smooth sine wave. It's close, but it's kind of bell shaped. It's wonky in the middle. And that's, in my opinion, the visual representation of a loss of energy transfer.
Okay, yeah. So this one is the more because it says here, lightning thief analysis. This is, again, I would have gone over this. Let me know whenever you have these next level papers beforehand, so I can power through. So this one here is a higher energy output that you were saying, or more efficient energy.
Yeah, that's the more efficient design. Yeah, and that's just the because of the coil's different, the geometry of the coil. That's the only difference.
Okay.
You see all those nested harmonics, how those spiky regions on the top, compared to the bottom one, that's all those nested harmonics. That's that's the
it's just when you zoom in. That's what happens when you zoom in, or is this a different setup?
Yeah, those are the nested harmonics. That's the the default scale. So when you have an oscilloscope and you hit the
I need to order one.
I forget what the button is called, but it's like a default button, but it'll automatically adjust to the standard scale. That's what you'll see. And you can see it's when you pause it, it's just one wave, but it's bouncing off of itself when the system is running. You can see secondary and sometimes even tertiary like waves, but it's just one wave bouncing off of itself.
So that's the thing, like how in the world is it doing that?
Right?
Yeah. That's thing. If you run it through the AI, just because I need to, like, I don't have a background in how that's.
I mean, we've got theories. The synthetic AC model is our starting point, though. It's not complete. There are definitely areas that we can expand upon for understanding, and maybe some parts of it need adjustment. I know it needs a mathematical framework, which I'm sure you can help me with, because I don't know dick about math. I mean, like I haven't done math in a while. Like I can get back into it and get familiar with math a little bit, but it's gonna take me some time.
That was so I didn't realize your math isn't up there once like the
no it's really
the one
you can
asked,
think of me as
the one ever asked, I'm like
Michael Faraday, and Michael Faraday was absolutely on my level of math. He knew just the basics, and he needed a lot of help in implementing his concepts on a mathematical level. So that's where I am, at least.
No, it's good. Well, the thing is, like, as I've done math for so long, I can get understand mathematical concepts even if it's something I've never looked at before. Like, for example, like the recent videos I've done is on the spherical harmonics, because apparently that's how magnetic fields and atomic orbitals are like electron like probability distribution clouds and whatnot. They all use that, but I have never done it before. But with AI, like it literally got me up to speed where it would have taken me like probably a year.
So right now with the synthetic AC model, we need help trying to develop a mathematical equation for determining the efficiency of a nonlinear system based on an impulse. So right now we're using efficiency based on root mean square, which is an averaging of all the current or all the voltage. So we want to be able to analyze the impulse event from a mathematical standpoint and gauge the efficiency from there, because that's where the energy is being transferred in that impulse event. And I absolutely have no idea where I would start doing that, but
that's actually a good. Yeah. So if you're interested, if you could feed me all the numbers, like what I would need, and then again, I would run it through AI to get the equations to see what they do. Because like for example, I can ask it and it will give me stuff, but I can actually actually analyze it myself. The key thing is, what are the actual numbers you're measuring? And because you're saying the efficiency and so on, but is there also a way before, without even needing any numbers, is there a way to overload like the battery or the system such that it's pretty obvious if your system is like, that's what I said, like before, if you can add a load, you know how you were lighting up in, for example, in the trailer, you were lighting up just an LED. Is there a way to light up, let's say, a little motor, a little something, an actual rotor, a fan, something that takes a lot of energy out?
It depends on your input and the circuit that you're using to drive the system. So what you're using to excite the coil, it really depends what you want to energize, because a motor would take a lot more current than what this system would be capable of right here. But if you increase that 9 volts to say maybe 12 volts or 24 volts, easily power a motor on the secondary. I can see it doing something like that. Sure.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm trying to say, before you even put pen to paper for any math, is there a way to just overload such that it has to be taking energy from the battery? And if it's not, well, we got our free energy device right here. So, because
yeah. So, you're asking for more testing regarding if this is actually touching the battery or not.
Well, because you said that the battery wasn't draining as much, or it didn't appear to be draining.
Yeah, it appeared to not be touched, or if it was like negligible, to the point where I didn't really notice it, in the thousandth place or whatever on the multimeter. But I do think that we do need to test this a little bit more thoroughly to find out exactly what's going on and get more numbers for the efficiency and all that. Yes, for sure. Because up until now, I've been gauging the voltage, because it's been stepping up the voltage like 10, 12 volts to 160, sometimes 170 volts. And then we measure the current as well. And I have some of that documented, but at the end of the day, that does little to tell us what the actual efficiency of the system is, because it's not matching with anything that we have to compare it against regarding a control experiment. So that's where we need to determine a new equation for figuring out that the energy being transferred in that impulse. But yeah, we do need to test it more thoroughly, and we can get more numbers on that. Yeah.
Basically, like even when you test it, like, is there a way to just overload it, like kind of like put it to the extreme where?
Yeah, I think with either I need to get a more powerful power supply, because right now my power supply is, I think it's only limited to like 20 or 30 volts, which isn't a lot. Or I can invest in a new, more powerful stereo amp receiver, preferably one of the older ones. Those are the best. Yeah, something that I can get the voltage input to the system to around like 50 to 70 volts. If I can get like 70 volts into that coil, we can do some remarkable things, in my opinion. For these coils, a lot of them, depending on the size, they do have a power threshold where, yeah, you'll get a lot of interesting effects. It'll be really efficient, but you hit this threshold of input power and it just does extraordinary, like it increases tenfold. So, and that's where you have to be careful, and we need to monitor for ozone, because at that level, we're going to be inducing field cavitation, and in a way that ionizes the air and produces O3. So
yeah, that's the other key part about the safety things. When I was asking Rock, it was it was like you got to be careful of the ozone production and so on. I think John Hudson also said that as well. But yeah, that's another thing.
But at the lower,
yeah,
but at the lower power thresholds, you don't really have to worry about that. Like these types of easy, simple off the grid lighting systems are very safe. They're very safe. I've been using them I've been using the system for over 2 years.
Holy, that's amazing. Yeah.
You know, I keep it running constantly when I can, and I've run it for like weeks on end. And you know, it just, you got to replace the protection bulb every once in a while, the neon gas lamp that protects the transistor, but that's it. It's easy hot swap. That's it. So
no, that's great. So yes, I was gonna ask how much of your place is powered with your devices? Like how much of just the lights? Is it just the lighting? Anything else? Or
yeah. So right now there's nothing. We're not doing anything extraordinary. We're just doing basic off the grid lighting. I want to expand into heating, but I do need a more powerful power supply to do that, honestly, or a more powerful stereo amp receiver, because we do need more power into the coil to do, to do stuff like that, because we're going to need to induce eddy currents into a soft iron core. And that's just, I've tried to do it with, what I've got, and it's just not enough power. Like I've noticed, I have a temperature monitor, temperature gauge here. And I've noticed increase in heat in the core, but it's not enough power into the system to heat it where it's going to heat me during winter, or keep me, warm during winter, which is what I want. I want, to expand into, off the grid heating, because that's important for me as well. What if the grid goes down next winter and I need something to heat my apartment or whatever? So
yeah.
But my ultimate goal, honestly, and this is what I was planning on getting into talking about in a little bit, but my ultimate goal is to try and develop a self-sustaining system, something that can power itself, maybe not perpetually, but until some kind of part wears out, so that is where phase 3 comes into play of the do-it-yourself guide, which I have not even thought about starting yet, because we're still in phase 2.
Yeah, and that's part. If you want to start to put it on the Hive blockchain, if definitely. But yeah, so if you're interested, but just putting it on there, just it makes things much easier to follow your work. So the Google setup, yeah, because you have phase 2. That's phase 2 guide. There's a synthetic AC, and the phase 3. What was phase 3 going to be about? That's the
Originally, I wanted to develop a scooter that I didn't really have to charge, because I needed a way to get around town easy, without having to rely on fuel. So, but I don't know if I can necessarily do it with a scooter yet, but we do have a lot of progress with developing a self-sufficient, self-sustaining system, which is incredible. Like you see a lot of grifters online with perpetual magnetic motion and all that crap, but it's actually, it's just, gimmicks or scams. 99% of it is bullshit. Like even the concepts that you see that you like, oh, that kind of seems like it might work and last forever with a magnet. No, it eventually loses momentum. What we're talking about is a system that we can actually prove, documented evidence, that there's no denying it's doing something against conventional understanding. And what I mean by that is we have a system that's powering a device and also increasing the voltage potential of the battery while doing so. That's like dropping a ball and watching it float to the ceiling. It just shouldn't happen, right? Like that voltage should be going down. It shouldn't, like, you're draining the pressure, right? Imagine voltage is electrostatic pressure in your system. You're taking away that pressure, right? That pressure is reducing by powering something. that shouldn't be going up. Where is that extra energy coming from? So the synthetic AC model helps us understand, okay, so there's a method for this madness.
No, it's great. And in your phase 2 guide, yeah, I do like this image that I just scrolled to. Replacing this extremely loud, hot, inefficient, and expensive transformer with this.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even have to be that much bigger than what I'm holding in my hand there.
Yeah. I was gonna say, have you been to one of these things? I've never actually like seen it.
I have.
Is it that loud? Is it like extremely loud?
Dude, I have worked construction for 5 years. I've been to these places. They are like the hum is very loud, and it's scary because you get close to them and you get all these warning signs and like, don't touch this, don't touch that, you know, like danger, like death warning and all that. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. But you're dealing with hot energy with this kind of system. You're dealing with, you're eliminating that hot energy or using it and basically eliminating or reducing or mitigating the risk of exposure to the hot energy, because you're mostly dealing with the negative side.
No, that's good. I actually want to see. Did you take this photo, or is this on the internet somewhere?
No, I think I found that on the internet. But
okay,
you know, there's
what is it called?
There's bigger, way
power.
bigger ones. I just went to I did a job at a coal plant. A coal power plant in Monroe, in Michigan, and that thing was loud as hell.
Yeah, what is that called? Power station or power something or electric?
It was a coal power plant.
No, I'm saying like the thingy here. If I would
that was a transformer station, I believe.
Oh, transformer. Okay, let's go electric. Whoops. Electric transformer station. I just want to see like the noise to see how it is. A big one. Induction. Yeah, this is before AI.
500 kilovolt line. Yeah, those are the big ones.
Let's see this one here.
Scary.
Yeah, you can hear a bit of hum. Let's see what this guy's doing.
It's hard to hear in the video, but
okay, there's some noise now. Okay, there. Oh, look at that arc.
Yeah,
that's how it is when you take it off. Holy.
Yeah, dude, when they have to switch these things on and off, sometimes parts of the grid to like, you know, like maintenance or repair, they literally have to have somebody hold them with a giant hook.
Yeah.
Getting ready to grab them to pull them back in case something happens and they get electrocuted. Yeah. It's insane.
I'll play this here. You can hear the humming here. Look at that. It is. Look at the guy's wearing a spacesuit.
Opening air switch.
Yeah, see, you can hear it now.
Yeah, it is. It is. That is wild.
Yep, that's the frequency.
He's like hum. He looks like a beekeeper. He's going. Oh man.
Ready.
No, it's holy.
Wow.
So turn it off. So what are they doing here? They're just disconnecting.
They're disconnecting one of the lines.
That is just. Yeah, so that's kind of what I mean. Like that when you have the headphones, you can hear that humming of the testicle, and then when you spark, oh man, it is. That is. I don't know why I'm just fascinated by this.
But you don't have to have all that with this design. You can just have like a big coil that sits there and doesn't make any noise.
Yeah. So here's 33 kilovolts. See this power.
I mean, ideally, you would want to have a stacked arrangement of them, but
yeah, I want to actually see your stacked setup. Do you have videos on your channel about that? And I think next time if you join a stream, I'll make sure to power through all these tutorials, because I do my streams now every other week, so it gives me more time to review. So I'll definitely be powering through these. And again, I will try to get you posting this on Hive. Otherwise, I'll have to do it because like this stuff, it's kind of weird. It's like you're probably one of the few actually investigating this like real science, and then but it's like anything in Google could disappear and it's all gone, and the links.
Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna lie, it scares me. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, my channel was like randomly removed like years ago for like 3 months, and I finally got it back. So it's like one of those, all your videos is disappeared. It's just ridiculous. And also Google now is charging. They're beginning to charge users for their email for the data. It's like before it's all free, but now it's like they're giving a limit, so now it's like 85% or 80. They're like you need to pay like every month. Like it's ridiculous. So that's the thing with Hive. You post it, it's never gone. Okay, I'm gonna play this out. This is pretty fascinating here. And when you went to the coal plant, was it like this?
The coal plant didn't have the big transformers.
Okay.
At least not in the area that I saw. But I've been to these kinds of transformer stations, and they are loud.
And then, so what is it actually doing? So it's transforming the energy from there to make it so that it goes through the grid somehow. How does this actually work?
Yeah, so when you're transmitting, a lot of like 500 kilovolts of energy, you know, long distance from one state to another or whatever, you have to obviously step that down to a manageable voltage for, you know, actual use for households. This is what, you know, these stations do. They step it up or step it down depending on, you know, which way the energy is going.
Yeah, so this one would be transformer dependent. It's go. Yeah, so it would essentially be like a. Let's say if you were to step up, is this essentially making like a big giant capacitor, then sending it, or how does it? How does it transform? Like stepping.
I mean, it's got a it's transforming the energy with a transformer, so it's got a coil in there.
Yeah. Also,
I'm not too familiar on the engineering aspect of it.
Yeah, so that's actually, I actually want to do that quickly. And also, Crypto Alchemist says, Beneficence, shout out Ben, Crypto Alchemist on the chat, and Steven F's in the show. All right, but yeah, Crypto Alchemist says, we love Ben. All right, so I'm not sure. Yeah, you know that guy, right? I'm assuming he's on your show more. Okay, play this right.
You said what?
No, Crypto Alchemist in the chat. He's saying, shout out Ben. Crypto Alchemist.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah. All right. That's good. I just want to play this quickly because apparently it blows up. I'm gonna actually. Oh, there's like some Indian guys. Okay, these guys not even wearing the setup as the other guy. This guy's just wearing like just a normal clothes there. Okay, so we're gonna see some Indian transformer setup.
Okay.
Holy, it blew up.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Okay, but so this guy is not even wearing the gear as the American guy. He's just wearing street clothes.
Wow.
Wait, let's see this. Holy, let's play this.
Okay.
Holy! Did you see that? Did you see the camera glitch? The camera got like completely destroyed.
Okay. Oh damn, my head.
What in the world? It's South. Okay, apparently in South. No, yeah, it's just here. Oh yeah, in South Indian movie, this hero entry. That is. What are you doing? Step down. Okay, that's amazing. That is just ridiculous. I'm gonna. How does a power transformer step up or something? There should be one that explains it. Like, how does the world? So, how do transformers work? Step
so
up.
go to that first video. That first video should be good.
This one or this one? This one looks like
the one all the way at the top, electrology.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Let's see how this works.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Electrology. Today, we have an electrifying topic to dive into: electrical transformers. Transformers are fascinating devices that play a crucial role in our everyday lives. In this video, we'll demystify how electrical transformers work and explore their various applications. So, let's jump right into it. First, let's lay the foundation by understanding what a transformer is. At its core, a transformer is an electrical device that transfers energy from one circuit to another through electromagnetic induction.
Oh, so that's essentially all. Yeah, basically you have a coil, high turns, low turns. So this would be less energy going through this one, I assume. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's asymmetrical.
Yeah. So it's a asymmetrical setup. But yeah, let's see how this works.
It's like magic. Check out this simplified diagram. When alternating current, AC, flows through the primary coil, it creates a magnetic field. This magnetic field then induces a voltage in the secondary coil, thanks to electromagnetic induction. Now, let's differentiate between step-up and step-down transformers. Step-up transformers. In a step-up transformer, the secondary coil has more turns than the primary coil. This result...
So again, we go back to the pressure analogy, electrostatic pressure. You're creating more pressure by increasing the turns. Yeah. You're relieving the pressure by decreasing the turns. So that's, you know, the step-up, step-down effect. And the magnetic... I was going to say that the ferrite core just it concentrates the magnetic flux.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like, because it's like like you have energy coming in, and step up. You're stepping up the voltage, so the higher pressure, but then it would be less current, I assume then, because this one is
Yes. So I mean, you're still obeying Ohm's law, right? So there's going to be obviously a loss in current when you're stepping up voltage, or if you're stepping up current, there's going to be a loss in voltage. You know, there's always a trade-off there. But interestingly enough, we get these same effects, step up, step down, with an air core. We don't have to have any core in a 1-to-1 ratio of coil that are on top of each other. So we need to figure out what's different here. Okay, so and that's why the system is not, when we say it's not a traditional system. You know, this is something different that needs to have its own distinct classification.
Right, no, for sure. See this
in an increased output.
And then step down would be the other way. It would be, assume, increased current, less voltage
compared to the input voltage.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
As the primary coil's AC generates a magnetic field, the secondary coil's extra turns lead to a higher induced voltage, causing a step up in voltage. The mathematical relationship is expressed as V1 by V2 equals N1 by N2, where V1 and V2 are the primary and secondary voltages, and N1 and N2 are the corresponding turns. Step-down transformers. Conversely, in a step-down transformer, the secondary coil has fewer turns than the primary coil, resulting in a reduced output voltage compared to the input voltage. The fewer turns in the secondary coil cause a lower induced voltage, leading to a step down in voltage.
But would the current be higher? That's the only thing I'm just wondering about the current, because I know the pressure, voltage pressure, but yeah, it's fascinating.
Transformers come in various configurations, including single-phase and three-phase. Single-phase transformers. These transformers are designed for single-phase AC power. They have two coils, primary and secondary, for transferring energy. They're commonly used in residential applications. Three-phase transformers. Three-phase transformers have 3 primary and 3 secondary coils, ideal for industrial applications. They're crucial for power distribution in factories and commercial settings. Next, let's delve into the construction and working principle of transformers. A typical transformer consists of coils wound around an iron core. This core efficiently channels the magnetic field. As the primary coil's AC current creates a magnetic field, it induces a voltage in the secondary coil. This principle governs the transfer of energy. Transformers find applications across various fields. Let's explore a few. 1. Power transmission. Transformers step up voltage for long-distance transmission and step down voltage for local distribution. 2.
Yeah, so they increase the voltage to transmit long distance, but I'm just trying to wonder, so how does that work exactly? Because are they sending more energy through? Like, what's the reason for stepping up besides safety? No, I'm just thinking how that works.
It's a giant waste. Honestly, it's a giant waste. By the time the energy gets to your wall socket, it's lost about 60% of its potential.
Oh, really? Okay, that's something I want to actually. We'll feed that to Grok right now. Actually, I just want to see that. That's a good question. So, how much energy loss gets to my electric socket from where? From power plant, or because here I'm
from
like
source, yeah, power plant.
Well, because here we have powers from BC Hydro, basically a giant dam of water. So would that be?
So water. Dam generators are different because they're essentially over unity devices.
Yeah.
the transfer of energy should still read out as a loss though. So yeah, see what Grok says.
Yeah.
Tell it from source.
Yeah,
you know?
from the source. I'll just say how much energy loss gets to my electric socket from the source, such as I'll just say electric dam. I'll just say dam, power coal plant, etc. And I'll use the expert mode just so it doesn't do the auto answer. Just do expert. Expert it might think for a while. So expert will think for a while we're chilling. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, basic hydro distribution. I just want to see what the number is. But yeah, so the step up, that's like I'm just trying to wrap my head around because it's like, because you would need to, so you're using the coil to step it up. So keep playing.
Voltage regulation.
Right.
They ensure stable voltage levels in homes and industries. 3. Industrial equipment.
And keep in mind, it also depends on how far you're transferring that energy to.
That's what I meant. So it's like
the inverse square law. You know, well, that's something that I was meaning to talk about actually.
Okay, yeah. So the higher voltage. So that's the thing. It's like I'm trying to give it wrap my head around using an analogy because like if you're sending water or you're just sending stuff, you're not like piling it up and then sending all like how would it work in a this is one thing. It's kind of what I mean. I have the problem where if one thingy, I'll dive into it like for hours and hours until I finally get.
Think about it this way. These power lines and power transformer stations and all that, they're very loud.
Mm-hmm.
They produce a lot of heat, and they produce a lot of electromagnetic radiation.
Okay.
Anytime you have any of those, that's a loss, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you have heat in a wire, which these wires get really hot, that's a loss. Anytime you have sound, that's actually a loss in your system too.
No, for sure. But Grok's saying 5 to 9%. I don't know what's going on. This is called transmission distribution. Is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I looked it up, it was about 60%, 40 or 60%, something like that. But it was a significant amount.
Because it says here step-up transformers of the plant to boost voltage for long-distance travel is 1 to 2%. Only that much?
The only thing I can think of is it's not accounting for something.
Yeah, it says here the high-voltage transmission line of the big towers you see is 2 to 4%. But this raises even more questions. Like, if it's that efficient, it's like why is everything so expensive?
You know what? It might have been. Look up nuclear power plants because it might be nuclear. Because nuclear is actually, it's not actually very efficient because it's just spinning a turbine with steam, right? You're heating up water. You're boiling water with the nuclear reaction, and yeah, that's gonna last a long time. But
yeah,
the actual efficiency of that, I'm not sure. Maybe that's where it was getting the number from. But I did ask ChatGPT, and I asked a
no, it says here, if the source is a coal plant, there's a much bigger loss at the plant. 60 to 70% of the fuel's energy becomes waste during generation.
That's where
So a hydro.
So there's the coal plant.
Yeah, coal. Yeah, so hydro is very efficient, 90 plus. So almost all the losses.
Yeah, no, hydro. Yeah, that's what I would expect from an over Unity device.
Yeah, and well, that's also you have just like just a giant water thing turning it turbine. Yeah, so it's like.
Yeah, no, it's a remarkable method of generating electricity, honestly, and
yeah. It says nuclear is similar. It's exactly the same as from a dam. No, energy loss to your socket is. I know, but it's saying. Oh no, okay, the numbers are a bit off. So it's the same from a dam, coal plant, or nuclear, but the nuclear itself has their own issue. So yeah, so that's why the coal is 60%. It's basically converting the coal at the plant. So this is from the plant. So that's why these numbers is from the plant. But the plant itself has so the coal plant is going to be a whole lot, but then nuclear is going to be.
Right, like generating the energy is one thing, but transferring it or transmitting it is another thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it says nuclear is also 67% is lost as heat to cool water. I mean, as heat, cool water. So, and then hydro dam, just skip that. It's just 90% efficient. It just goes, so it's clean energy. So that's one thing. At least we're lucky to have a giant dam near here. Yeah, so that's that part. But I wanted to just see. One question is, why does it travel farther?
Power machinery and equipment in manufacturing. 4. Utilities. They play a vital role in substations for power distribution.
Why does high voltage?
To wrap it up, transformers are incredible devices that shape our electrical world. Understanding their
Let's see. Why high voltage DC power? DC, and they don't do alternating. They do DC. Okay, but why high voltage? So that's the question. Why do they use high voltage? Power transmission. I'll just yeah. Why is
Yeah, I'm not sure about the DC high voltage DC power transmission. Interesting.
Oh no, I don't know what to say. Why is power stepped up to high voltage for long distance transmission? Is it AC or DC? No, I'm assuming isn't it? Wouldn't it be all is it going to be AC or DC? Yeah, these are interesting questions. It's primarily AC stepped up in Canada. Most transition is AC.
Yeah, you want low current and high voltage because the current comes with more heat.
Yeah,
and more loss.
Okay, so apparently it's minimizing loss, and electrical power is voltage times current. Oh, so you can have the same power with low current. Okay, yeah, so it is like some sort of, it is like squeezing water and shooting it out.
Exactly.
It's overwhelmingly AC for the vast majority of long distance transmission. Almost all power plants that, but there are some specific cases, extremely long distances, hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Oh wow. Undersea or underground cables like BC or mainland to Vancouver Island link, they use DC. So underground uses DC. High voltage DC can have even lower loss than AC over very long runs, no reactive force or skin effect. But requires expensive converter stations at both ends to change AC to DC. So it's not default choice. Okay, so basically it's expensive to do that, but apparently it's better. And this guy is
interesting. I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah, well, this guy's a bit wild here. He's pretty funny, but
yeah, he's
a bit
interesting.
Yeah, yeah, he's a bit out there. Yeah, no, that's fascinating stuff. But yeah, I think it's been 2.5 hours, typically my time. Yeah, anything else? I think, yeah, this is pretty good. I'll have to go do my homework and review all your stuff, and I'll be helping putting this on the Hive blockchain. But again, just I can't emphasize enough. Let me know if you're wanna. I think I gave you a tutorial. I think how to get on it. So if you're interested in instead of putting it here, put it straight up on the other thing, because I can help put. I'll update the other one. I'll try to put this.
Yeah, if I have anything, I'll definitely try to get on the Hive and.
Yeah, because you already have this account.
I know you did email me a tutorial at one point.
Yeah, because I made you this account and I gave you the keys. So BeneficenceTV is your account. And so if I go to here, yeah, definitely. Just because like I have a lot of Hive, so it's like you're gonna get every time you post, you get a few dollars just because of my post. So this is so this is your account, BeneficenceTV.
So yeah, I guess I'll start posting some. Can I post videos on there too?
Yeah, the thing is, you can go to 3Speak. Yeah, and it's like.
Or just maybe a link to my YouTube video. Yeah, okay.
No, post on 3Speak. No, post on 3Speak. 3Speak is on Hive. Like, this is one thing that people don't realize. Okay. I can log in to any different website that's on Hive, just using my wallet, like the one I sent you for your wallet. So you know how you have to, for YouTube you have to make a new account. For Twitter you have to make a new account. For Google you need to make a new account. Gmail Hive is all just one account. So you can see my videos right here. Eventually they'll do a live stream. So I put your trailer here as well, and so on. And you can earn money right off the bat. It's not like YouTube where you have to like. Yeah. So I put my videos here, and they automatically get shared to your all the metadata here gets put onto Hive right away. So for example, this one right here. See this right here?
Spherical harmonics, which is
the metadata. This is just on my this is from on Hive. So you go to Hive, and it's automatically. So you log in with your Hive account, and you post videos. You can also do shorts as well. And I'm gonna upload myself here. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna upload these two. Okay, so yeah, I'll put my own setup there. And yeah, so yeah, this is where's the setup here? Watch on 3Speak. Yeah, so when you post it, gets shared on like this metadata is linked to the 3Speak. So see this right here. So,
spherical.
So this video again, they have a decentralized setup, but this metadata, like this link, everything is on Hive. Like I edit here, it edits your thing here. So like imagine you make a video, but you also have an associated article, and you can edit the article, and it will automatically edit the video description. Do you get what I mean? So we'll do a test right here. I'm gonna go. So this is I'm editing my video on Hive. I'll be like testing, and I'll update, and I go to the video. So again, because all the data,
spherical harmonic,
all the data is on Hive. It's not anywhere. See the refresh. I need to do a
spherical.
See if it works. Okay, it doesn't show the testing. I thought it was supposed to do it. It might take a while.
Yeah, sometimes it might take a second, or maybe you need to clear your cache sometimes. But
or maybe
no, I get the idea.
Yeah. Let's see the testing. Yeah. But the cool thing is
spherical.
You make money instantly. That's the thing. Okay. Oh, there's test. Okay, there it is. See testing.
Yeah.
So like so like you know how you
I'll start uploading some stuff. Hopefully I'll have some time either tonight or tomorrow.
No, you can just upload your old stuff too, and then for articles, again, move
yeah,
this
that's
over.
what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
videos
upload
too,
all my old stuff, but I'm gonna do it in a organized way where it's not confusing. Like like this is a starting point and then a progression type of thing, where it's not just like random.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at least I'm gonna try.
Yeah, and you can also make your own website on Hive too. Like I made a tester right here, my own page.
I have a website. I think it's still up. I hope it's still up. I haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, but what I mean is like you can make your own like there's because of AI, people are making like apps like off their wazoo. You go to MES. Where's I just log in. I thought I already had one.
But yeah, Beneficence TV is live, I think.
Yeah, get started. I think. Oh, so here's what I mean. No, but what I'm trying to say is like on Hive, like this guy just made a website with AI. You make one. So you just log in. I just log in with my MES, and I already made one, so you could view the page. I made this one just a tester, and you could put your Hive posts. You could put specific posts and so on. So you can go make one in seconds, and literally just put your articles in there. So here, I'm like literally doing things live, and I've only did this just for a test. And you see another post. How do I put a post? Something here. Hive elements. So you could put a post right here. I'll put a post here, and I'll put my BeneficenceTV thingy. This is the permalink. So you go to the permalink. So I'm gonna go here. I'll copy this right here. And I'll put this here. So what I'm trying to say is you can organize it like here. Again, there's a whole lot of stuff you can do on the Hive blockchain. Permalink, save and exit. Okay, save and exit. Does that work? There it is. Okay, Beneficence. Yeah, so I just added to my website this thing. Holy. That's a full page. Unbelievable. Anyways. Alright guys, that is all. Yeah. So definitely get on Hive. I'll send you the things. You can upload videos too. Again, you upload videos on the 3Speak. It's on Hive. Like I'm trying to, this is a cool thing. You can log in anywhere, and you can also do short form content. You can do tweets as well. The cool one thing is in Leo's is a cool one. So in Leo, again, just log in with your Hive. I just go here and I log in with my Hive. So like it has built-in, like think about this. You have built-in Twitter, YouTube, Medium, Reddit. It's all in just one Hive thingy. So think of Hive as the internet, and then you just make people post on it, and then you can go tweet and so on. Like I tweeted this right here, our trailer, and so on. And this one has built-in AIs too. That's free as well. So you can actually ask it right here. We'll do a quick test right here. Ask Leo. Give me a summary of the Beneficence. How do you spell your name? TV on channel.
Yep.
On YouTube. Explain what he means by synthetic AC. I think did you talk about this in your videos too, or just paper? Did you?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of videos that go over the synthetic AC model.
Yeah.
Honestly,
let's put a live.
I don't think I'm talking about it enough, to be honest, though, because
Yeah, I'll just wait to see what the robot says. And the thing is, this is all open source AI. It's not like ChatGPT or Grok, where you don't know what they're doing, you don't know what data they have. This is gonna get like live data, and it gets feeds to the AI, to the blockchain, so anyone can use that data. Okay.
Oh, is that the response?
Okay, this is the response. What is this video there? Is a progressive media channel hosted by the Benefactor, covering forbidden knowledge, topics like zero-point energy. What is this? Oh, this is I don't know what link they put that there. Sacred geometry, plasmoid technology, and anti-gravity. Synthetic AC likely refers to generating AC power synthetically through Vortex, Coil experiment, and electromagnetic induction setups. He's demonstrated heating induction, yeah. And you can ask it stuff too, and it will learn. And the cool thing is, again, it's on, like, these answers, right? They're on the blockchain. So it's not just kept by ChatGPT for their own training and so on. Anyone can go and use any of these answers.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you could do a whole lot of stuff. You could make an image, and so I try to build that one up as much as I can, and the thing is, it's trained on like Hive data too, which is important because some of the stuff is like about the price of the cryptocurrency and so on inside there. So like you could see, but again, this is all on Hive. I noticed that it looks like Twitter. This looks like Twitter, but it's like
it does, yeah.
Yeah, so for example, this one here, I also summarized my math video just to feed AI, and there's another AI. Let's feed this all in. It just needs to get equations properly. That's the only thing that's and you earn money there. So this one's 1 cent. Sometimes it earns 13 cents. I did a retweet and I just earned 13 cents. Like, think about what I just said. I just retweeted and I got 13 cents. I got money for a retweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's gonna mean like you do this, and there's a whole lot of stuff being built on Hive, and yeah.
And what was that link that you were at right there?
The in Leo, or this one right here?
Yeah, you were talking to Leo.
Yeah, that's just in Leo. That's you go to in Leo threads, and yeah, I think you can do that anywhere.
Oh, in Leo.
Yeah, just go to hashtag #AshLeo, and you can also.
But it's inleo.threads.
Just inleo.io.
Oh, IO.
Yeah,
okay.
So what I mean is you can log into it with the Hive account I sent you.
Right. Yeah. But that's the actual domain that I go to for this. That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna use this. No, I'm definitely gonna use this because I don't like Twitter only
Twitter's
because
trash,
Elon Musk. But I would use Twitter. I would use this because this is useful.
Yeah,
it's just like Twitter.
And the thing is, you could also there's also another app I do is like I archive. Let's say there's a tweet you like, you can archive it, or you could post it here. You could even go in Leo, and you could say, #Leo, what is the latest that Elon Musk tweeted? And you could put it on here, so it's like
Oh, really? So you can snoop on Twitter too?
Yeah, you could do a lot of stuff.
Creeping under.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And you can also do it here if you want to. You could also tweet without even using Twitter. You could go tweet if you connect your X account to it. You could go and tweet this.
Are you gonna get any money for retweeting something stupid that Elon said?
Yeah, no, but the money is from people voting. So like, I can.
Oh,
upload,
really?
Yeah, I can upload my own one to
cool.
make money. So Elon recently tweeted attacking a judge in Twitter
so
investor trial. He lost.
It's more the more hearts you get on it or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but this one it might be a bit. But if it's wrong, like you have to tell it, you're way off. So this is still like in the training setup there. No, this is recent. Okay, Elon reacted to Claude AI ChatGPT. Elon recently tweeting attacking judge in Twitter investor trial he lost last week and commented troubling on a viral Claude AI. Yeah, a California jury ruled he misled investors during his 2022 Twitter takeover. Yeah, so you could do that.
Dude, if he was trying not to look like a supervillain in that picture, he was doing a terrible job.
Yeah. But again, well, you saw the one where he's wearing like the devil's like the devil suit or whatever. Like, have you seen that one where he has like a devil's Baphomet on him? He wore a jacket called Devil's Champion. So if you go to Elon Devil,
yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Or it's Baphomet. I think Baphomet. Yeah. So. He's wearing this thing. It's like it has an inverted cross. He's wearing literally a Baphomet, and this jacket is called the Devil's Champion. I'm like, what's going on here?
That's not from like a video game or a movie or something?
What is the Baphomet?
His costume. It's not like cosplaying or at
no. Baphomet is the occult. It's like the
no. I know. I'm just saying like is that like Like maybe he's cosplaying as someone like
I forgot what it was.
like
So Elon,
a character from Marvel or something.
Elon Musk, Devil's Champion. Yeah, I forgot what it was.
But it is that is odd. If it's not from something, it is really odd.
Just some
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's Baphomet in there. It's very for New
Yeah,
York.
that's what I'm saying. If it's not from something like an iconic like character of some sort,
no, it was just
that
for
is
odd.
odd.
It was for a Halloween party. Yeah, so Halloween party he's dressing as a devil. But it's
yeah,
like,
so that's
I've never
fucking
seen
weird,
I've
right?
never seen what it's from. Like I don't think it's from anything because again that's Baphomet. There's no
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He creeps me out. He's a fucking creep.
You want to see even creep? Yeah, he was also on the Elon was also in Epstein files in the email. Like he
was trying to get on the island and he was too creepy for Epstein.
Well, no, I don't know if he was too creepy, but he was trying to get on the island. But this is again after Jeffrey Epstein's conviction. And he's saying, "Hey, do you have?"
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no, because he knew what was going on. He wanted in because he's a pervert.
But look at the word. He said, "Do you have any parties planned? I'm working to the edge of sanity this year, and once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit the party." And notice how they always do these like misspellings on purpose. Equal sign.
Yeah.
Hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. And then
you know what you use the equal sign for? For making a ASCII penis.
Oh wow!
So
yeah. But notice.
I mean that's.
But notice what he says here as well. So here he says here. He also says, "I understand. I'll see you at St. Barth. The ratio on my island might make Talila uncomfortable. His wife." He says ratio is not a problem for his wife. Think about that. Because the ratio of traffic girls to adults. Or to men. Do you get it? So
yeah, this is it's really disturbing. Like when you realize, oh, this guy is like the richest person in the world, and he's a fucking pervert and a creep.
Yeah. And again, it's all giant club. I've mentioned this before many times. So even like.
But I mean, you had reports of his Grok AI was generating like nude photos of underage, you know.
But so here's this one again. I hate how like a lot of people just brush this under the rug. This is Trump now. Okay, so this
and wasn't it Grok was like really racist when it first came out or something?
Yeah, well apparently it was doing a lot of anti-Semitic stuff too as well. So it's
as a reflection of its owner.
Yeah, but the thing with Grok, it's less controlling than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just too restrictive. It's like Grok.
Oh no, it's probably more fine tuned now. But I'm just saying, like when it was raw on the table, like it's he probably had a little bit of an influence in there.
Yeah. But again, but ChatGPT, you can't do like it's very little stuff you can ask. Even if you say hypothetical, they just like
even now, like ChatGPT has become really like it used to be open minded to some of my fringe ideas, and now it's like fighting me on some of the ideas that I've already established. I'm just like,
and that's why I'm saying, just get the this in Leo one. And
it's not. I'm not to say like AI is always right too. Sometimes you gotta catch it. Sometimes it's gonna just tell you what you want to hear, depending on how you ask it. But at the same time, like it's really useful when you use it correctly. And now it seems to be like less likely to lean into those non-mainstream ideas.
No, definitely, and that's where again the importance of Hive, because all the data is there. So let's say this Rafiki, this robot. He's not giving the answers you like. You use a different open source one because they all access the same data. But with Grok, you can't go use a Grok competitor because Grok has all that Twitter data. But it chooses how to use it. So they'll label your thing like a spam and they won't use it, or a conspiracy, whatever, or fringe, and they won't use it.
Right, it's about how they interpret the data.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't have access to it, so you can't be like go through all of that because it's blocked by their APIs and all that stuff. And you know how much last time I checked how much it costs to get like a business level API access to their Twitter data. It's like 30,000 a month.
Probably thousands of
like
how much?
I think 30,000 a month around there, like plus
30,000. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, Hive has billions of posts, and anyone can access for free. So what I'm trying to say is, this is like it's like the hidden gem of the internet. Nobody even knows about this. It's ridiculous. You can even ask it. And the cool thing is, you can ask it when did I post like last year about XYZ on this thingy, and it'll just tell you. So it brings it up.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I like that, and how it's integrated like that.
Yeah.
That's neat.
And again, once you earn from here, you could also pay for premium. I pay for premium on this because you can do a lot of stuff with it, and also just you'll get bigger upvotes from like the platform itself. So I pay for premium, but my upvotes from them are more than the money that I pay. And you pay just from
Does this platform have the ability to stream? Could you stream to this platform yet, or is it just
no, not yet? But this one has Threadcast. So what a lot of people do is they would do a you could do a hashtag Threadcast, and then it will automatically update live, and they typically show on the top as well. Like so you can have like a live stream on your channel on YouTube.
Like a YouTube link, and then put the link up there.
But then you can also have a Threadcast here. So like you can have like I do a Threadcast when I do my Wednesday streams. So if I go to here, okay, here is the one I do. Yeah, so I do a Threadcast, and then I just post here and so on, and then just like people can comment here live, and then I'll see it on my YouTube while I'm doing this.
Oh, use this kind of like a comment section.
Yeah, so you could use that, and also there's another thing that's being built too, where you can comment on any website in the world, and it just makes it. You can comment on the Hive blockchain on it, so it just makes a link, and you can earn money just for commenting on like Elon Musk's thing. So anyways, so basically, yeah, just like please get on it. Like it's hard.
So I can comment on Elon Musk's Twitter without actually having to have a Twitter account.
Well, you'll comment on it on Hive. That's happening soon. It's like we'll have like an extension.
Oh, not on his platform, on the Hive platform. Okay, I get what
yeah. But the thing is, you can earn from it, and if you're the first one to comment, then like everyone else that comments under that on a Hive one, you get a cut of all the ones they get. I think it was like my own thoughts. I go to 3speak again. This person made it on here. My own thoughts. There used to be one videos. Let's go to the video. Yeah, this one here. Thoughts. Yeah,
everybody's selling our data so much. It's about time we get our little bit back.
Yeah. So like here's one. You can go and comment. This is an example. It hasn't gone live yet, but here's the testing. So you can go. What is a YouTube channel? Let's say YouTube video you like, and just comment, I like this music, and it will automatically post it on chain. And these guys are making a better front end for it, and it will automatically go to it. But there's again a lot of cool stuff you can do. You can even do what I do. You can also archive things on Hive. So like instead of web archive, because those ones they don't sometimes they don't work everywhere. For example, yeah, here's an important one. So let's go to Elon, for example. Elon Musk, because since we're talking about this this creep. Okay, so yeah, so you can go right here, right? Let's say you want to archive this right here. Europe will love Tesla self-driving due to the extreme regulatory burden of the EU, whatever. And let's say you want to archive the tweet or your own tweet. And so you've used web.archive before? So have you ever used
what archive?
Like the Wayback Machine? Have you ever seen that before?
Oh yes, I've used the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, but now I think Twitter had like a beef with them or something, or copyright issue. So if I go to save a tweet, let's say I'm trying to save Elon Musk's Twitter tweet, save page. It says sorry, we can't do that anymore. So they don't let you archive.
Wow, not for Twitter, really.
Well, they're also being sued for like $200 million for like other music stuff or whatever. But you can go and archive this on Hive with zero ask. I click a button here and archive it. And it will go on my. I can archive if you want, and then it can like for example here, publish a blockchain. I go publish to my own. So I just archived Elon Musk tweet that a billion like a giant company can't do. So they can't archive it, but I archive Elon Musk's one, and I have it there. And yeah, so like and it's important for let's say things that are you don't want, and it's on my channel though. And the rewards are burned so that people upvote, it burns Hive, so it helps deflation and stuff. So Europe will love self-driving. This text is there, and it has a cryptographic hash. So if any changes happen, you can see that it was changed. So you can have like a actual history timeline of things being changed. But anyway, so that's and again it feeds the Hive data. So I just showed you what you could do without the big companies can't do because they're getting sued. All right, but yeah. So that's all for that. But yeah, and then I think I sent you a tutorial on that. And let me know if you have if you can search it up or if you need to get on again. I'll send another email to how to get back on it, because you'll need to go and download Hive Keychain. So you would go to Hive Keychain. Yeah, just go to Hive Keychain, and I have made a tutorial on this as well if you're interested. But just go to Hive Keychain, and then yeah, hivekeychain.com. And then you just download the extension, put it on there, and you can log in anywhere. Anyways, that's all for me. Is there anything else? I'll see what Refki was saying. Okay, that was it. And notice I said on in Leo, right? But I can still see the same things on in Leo on Peaked or anywhere that's using Hive. See, like I don't need to be on in Leo to see this. I can go and switch to in Leo. How does this work? In Leo. Yeah, so like, see what I just did? I just switched skins. It's like a video game. You just switch to something you like better. And there's, again, yeah, this is just mind-boggling. All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and again, and nobody can delete it. Oh, yeah, the other thing I was going to say is this was a victim. She said that she was abused by Epstein when she was a teenager, right? And then guess who introduced her to Trump when she was 20 and he was 50 at a party? Maxwell. So Maxwell, yeah.
One more thing before because I gotta go too. But there was I don't know how true it is. Like I don't know how true this is, but there was something I read that one of the victims of Epstein swore that when she was forced to do something perverted to him, that his face changed into like a reptilian. So,
all right, now we're going to some David Icke stuff. Okay.
Yeah, maybe, so now we gotta for next time we'll talk about
that's some synthetic that's some synthetic humanoids. Right. No, epic stuff. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I'll publish this as well. Yeah, yes, publish this. Yeah, so it's already saved. I think pretty much saved. Yeah, so yeah, I put all the notes again on the Hive blockchain. I pretty much do everything there, and so on. And
nice.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's let's see if there's someone. It's an exit. This why isn't it exiting? Okay, there it is. Yeah, this one again. I just posted there and made $2. So like, it's well, author gets half. The people that vote also get money. So like, think about the people that vote also get money. So it's kind of like a creator. So there's basically everybody earns on Hive. It's not like Twitter where just advertising and do whatever. Anyways, yes, that's it. Yeah. So definitely get on it. But yeah, it was great having you on the show, guys. Anything you want to tell the audience? We're almost 3 hours. Holy, we've powered through. This is literally 3 hours almost. Yeah.
Just that if you want to support my research, I do have a Patreon. It is linked in the description of all my videos, and I do have memberships available for my YouTube that you can help support me with as well. I should have some updates on my battery conditioning process soon, and I don't know, we'll maybe go into that next time if you want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'll go through your papers as well, and then hopefully by then you'll be posting on Hive as well, just because your work should not be like hidden in Google.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna make an effort. I'm gonna try to upload some stuff this weekend, and I'll be in contact with you.
Yeah, for sure. And then yeah, again, you could use this the alt setup. And the cool thing is you don't need to worry about being taken down ever. Like it's just the second there'll be a live streaming option, I'll be doing that on Hive as well. So that'll be much better. All right, sounds good. And yeah, I'll just end the stream, guys. Anything else for the chat? I'll just end the stream and I'll just say bye private. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream, guys. Adios, guys. Thanks for joining. And yeah, great to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
All right, I'm gonna end their thingy. All right, so the stream is ended.